Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 113. Joining me, as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, Connor? What's up, gamers? Sims will join us soon. He's here, but you can't see him.
Oh, okay. You can't see him, right?
They cannot.
Sims is here. Oh, can they see you now, Sims?
No.
They can't see me. They can hear me.
Can they hear you?
Okay.
Yeah. Also joining us, Steven Sims.
I'm here, but I'm also busy.
He's got to go change a tire for his kids.
That's it. Yeah. One big tire.
Be right back. With no tools either.
No tools.
No directions, nothing. Ooh, that's badass.
Just
Teeth and raw grit. That's how I like to do it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll stop talking. Daniel, how you doing?
What's up? I'm fine. Busy. It was a busy week for me, but
I wanted to update you on the Halo show. Got better.
Oh.
And we're only on episode 3 now. Pretty fucking good, honestly. Like, I would watch it if I'm.
So, what was the last update? Was that just only episode 1, right? Mm-hmm. Now there's been episode 2 and 3 now?
Right? Yeah, we're through 3 episodes now.
And you think it's gotten better?
I do, yeah. I think each episode has been better than the first, which I wasn't like. I mean, I was down on the first episode, I guess. I thought it was okay, right? So, like, it's only gone up from there.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna assume he took his helmet off once, and it's been off the whole time, or
Daniel,
on the whole time. I'm sorry.
What if I told you we saw Master Chief butt ass naked for absolutely no reason?
Is that true?
That's true. Yeah, I know you didn't want to see Master Chief's face, but how do you feel about his ass?
How about his whole body?
How do you feel about his ass, Dave?
You know what? What if he just had the helmet on and he was just bare
That's
ass?
what I was thinking. Like, you guys should have left the helmet on, but the rest just butt ass naked. It would have been great.
I would be way cooler with that.
Yeah. It was very odd. I was like, this is more Master Chief than I've ever wanted to see.
But you think it's better? That's good. I still almost have no interest in watching it, but
I think they're actually doing they'll get into the stories in different seasons type of thing. Like, we'll eventually get to the Halo 1 story, and that'll be exciting.
Are they teasing it?
Kinda. There's hints. There's hints, definitely. Like, I'm liking the setup we're getting. We've seen the profits and stuff now and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. Very odd. Very odd. Was not expecting this, but I would say I'm eagerly anticipating next week's episode. So.
Okay. Has Sergeant Johnson made an appearance yet?
I believe he did. Yeah.
Did he?
The thing is, he doesn't look like Johnson, so like it's hard for me to think of him as Johnson.
What?
It's like
I
don't got like the names down in the show
cigar
yet. You know what I mean? I'm still at that point where it's like I don't know anyone's name.
Okay.
It's like I did not see a cigar or a mustache. So.
Oh, that's not Sergeant Johnson then.
Yeah, it might not actually be. I don't know. Again, confused on the names here. But again, Halo getting better at least.
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
And other video game adaptation news: the Sonic movie coming out this week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I completely forgot about that. But yeah.
Are you not looking forward to this? Because I'm like.
I mean, I'm not as high on that movie as I think you and Sims are. Sure. I think the movie's fine. It's not
the first one.
It's not the first one. It's not a bad movie, but like I don't think it's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for Knuckles and Tails.
Yeah,
and
I think that this one
again
can only be better.
Yeah,
and that makes me, I guess, more excited.
A little weird they're going so heavy on Knuckles with all the promotion, because it was like, okay, where's Tails' spotlight here? I feel like you guys are just glossing over Tails.
Yeah,
because we only got Tails in the first movie for like a second. You know what I mean?
It was an after credit scene. It wasn't
good point. Yeah, and it's like now you guys are just like completely glossing over Tails, and it's like I feel like he's taking a back seat.
Tails always gets overlooked.
I know, always gets overlooked. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride's fucking Tails.
Constantly saving Sonic and just nothing.
He's the better character. He can fly.
He's the better character. Does Tails eat chili dogs?
No. Well, I mean, he might. I don't know. He might. Sonic might let him have a bite now and then.
You know what? He eats like most of it, and he takes like the little bit, and he just throws it to Tails.
Did you ever watch any of the Sonic cartoons?
I think I did one of them as a kid, but
I think
maybe
it was like Sonic,
just a
like
few
X
episodes
or something when they were like trying to get extreme or whatever the fuck it was called. I watched like a lot of that one, and it was pretty good.
I don't remember much of it because then there was also the Mega Man had like a cartoon as well.
Going back to the movie though, you think we'll get Shadow in this one? Because I want Shadow.
Like an extra credit scene? Yeah, why not? Who else are they gonna do? Are they gonna do? What about Rouge?
Dude, they're building a whole cinematic universe here. They're getting everyone.
Is it Rouge or Rogue? Is it Rouge or Rogue?
Which one was that? Was that the Bat thing?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Whatever.
We're gonna get her at some point.
Amy.
We'll get Amy. Yeah, Amy, of course. The crocodile that wore that chain. You remember him?
No.
Sonic Heroes.
No.
We're gonna get him at some point. He's gonna get his own television spin-off, so you better get used to him.
Silver.
Which one's Silver?
He's the one that with the telekinetic powers.
Oh, okay. I'm into that.
He's like just a silver.
What are Sonic's other villains? Because like we're gonna need more, especially if Jim Carrey's actually retiring.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can never think of another Sonic. I know it's Shadow.
Maybe just make Knuckles mostly a villain until a few movies.
He's gonna have to be like the villain turned good guy because he's getting a
100%
TV show. So I don't know. Plus, you need Sonic and Knuckles. Where's that?
Yeah, movie? I don't know enough about. I haven't played enough Sonic.
You don't know the Sonic lore enough.
No, not really.
No. Okay.
My question is when are we going to see Sonic's real life girlfriend?
Oh, is that when she's like super tall and she's like an actual human?
She's just a human, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a real human. When are we going to get that relationship? That's the relationship we all want, you know?
Is it? Did we really need to see that?
Yeah.
Make the movie rated R, get some kinky scenes going on there.
Okay, so you're taking it.
Am I? Because I feel like you took it there already.
No, I didn't. I
was just helping you cross the finish line, but I know what you're getting at. I know what you want, you furry motherfucker. All right, Daniel. It has been another busy week in the world of video games.
Very busy.
It has been actually like really fucking busy.
Mm-hmm.
Got something good every day. I'm surprised I didn't wake up today with nothing good.
There is. Maybe I added another story in here.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, I look forward to reading that because I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, first up. Remedy is remaking Max Payne 1 and 2 for current-gen consoles and PC. The remakes will be built using Remedy's Northlight engine and is being financed by Rockstar Games.
Well, of course.
Daniel, very exciting.
Yeah,
Max
this
Payne
is awesome.
Too.
Yeah, those are OG Xbox games, so...
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty dated. They recently...
Were they on the original Xbox?
They're Xbox.
I remember seeing one, but I can remember it. But there were Xbox exclusives, really.
Yeah, Remedy only made Xbox exclusives for a long time.
It must have been what I played. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Max Payne 1's on PS2.
I don't think so.
No,
because they did Max Payne 1 and 2. Alan Wake was an exclusive. Like Remedy was an exclusive studio for a while.
I do remember the box cover and having
Quantum
Break logo at like Blockbuster for this, but or at least one of the Max Payne games. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They're remaking them now for current gen consoles using their own engine. Rockstar's paying for it. What do you think? What's your history with Max Payne, anyways?
Not a lot. I mean, I really like the series. 3 is the one I've completed, and I love 3. I think 3 is so good, but that is Rockstar developed, which makes sense.
Yeah, 3 is the only one I've beaten as well. I've had to have played at least the first one for like a minute or so. Like I can't remember what the graphics look like, but
I think it was the end of last year where Xbox did that last big like back compat drop. 1 and 2 right now are able to buy on Xbox if you want to play those original Xbox versions. Yeah,
that's
so cool. I played like a few hours of Max Payne 1 just to like dabble in it. I didn't start 2.
Oh, so you're more familiar with it recently, at least, yeah.
Yeah, more recently. So I'm very excited to play 1 and 2 because I love 3 so much.
Yeah,
I know these 1 and 2 are so beloved. I would love to play them.
Yeah, I'm curious if they hold up story wise compared to 3 because that was a very good story, and
it was.
Obviously that came like what, over a decade after the second one.
Yeah, I think it was 2012 or something like that.
Yeah,
or sorry, maybe 2011, somewhere around there.
Max Payne 3. Yeah, I think it was 2012. Yeah, it was right before GTA 3.
It was their game right before 5. 5, yeah.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of that go into GTA 5 as well, like the bullet
gunplay
and stuff like that. Yeah, the gunplay felt exactly the same actually.
Very excited for this. Remedy's just killing it. They're working on so many projects. They've expanded. The studio has to be massive at this point.
I think I read 300+ people in an article.
300?
Yeah, something like that. So
yeah, they're working on 2 Control projects. They're working on Alan Wake 2, and now they're working on the remakes.
With some research, Max Payne 1 and 2 are on the PS2.
They are on the PS2. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they came. Wonder if they launched later.
Yeah, I can't seem to find that information.
Okay.
Let me have a look.
That's good to know.
But regardless, yeah, Remedy does have their plate full now.
They're doing a lot of stuff.
Right now. I think they're going for like we kind of want yearly releases type of thing. Like maybe not the biggest release every year, but certainly put out something. I mean, they already put out Crossfire X this year, right? So
yeah, we still don't know their full.
Who knows how much they count that as their own release or whatever? But that could be their only release for this year, and then obviously next year will probably be Alan Wake 2. Or at least that's what they said at the Game Awards.
I'm wondering if that multiplayer control thing will be first.
I would hope that would be this year. Like you just put that out,
or even soon in general. Maybe like beginning of next year. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the weird one, right? That's supposed to be like a 4v1 control spin-off thing that we know nothing about still, and that just sounds like it's destined to fail to me.
Yeah, I have faith in them, especially. Like, I don't think they've really made a bad video game. Like, I know that some people are iffy on Quantum Break. I think that game's really cool. I think it had a novel idea of having the show with it, but I like that game. Alan Wake's cool game.
I enjoyed the gameplay of that. The TV show part was just at a certain point, I just stopped watching the TV show part.
Because there's mostly the side characters.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not fucking doing it with this show, but whatever. Everything else is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, I loved Alan Wake too, and then I'm eagerly anticipating that sequel.
Yeah, I didn't beat Alan Wake, but I still really liked it.
Sims, what do you think about Max Payne?
I'm not currently here, but I remember number 3. It was alright. I don't really have a relationship with Max Payne. I'd like to start that relationship.
What about the Mark Wahlberg movie?
I don't want to talk about Mark Wahlberg. Right. So as you know, like I like wrestling. So WrestleMania kicked off with like they've started this like hype package before WrestleMania actually starts, and they normally get celebrity to talk, in deep meaningful like.
Yeah, like a Ron Perlman doing UFC or something, right?
Yeah, sentences like, well, men are gonna fall and records are gonna be broken. And like last year they got Marky Mark. They got Marky Mark, man. I was like, what the fuck? I seriously
you didn't like this?
I was like, out of all the people, like they could have just got one big Texan, like one big like proud Texan talking about this. They got Mark Wahlberg. Sully.
I really wish I was good at impressions right now because I would love to do a Mark Wahlberg one.
I'll show you in a minute. Right, I'm fucking in a minute.
Okay. Think Boston and then get Boston in your head.
You almost had it. That's a better attempt than me. Anyways, the Mark Wahlberg Max Payne movie, fucking fantastic though. Right?
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
I watched that whole thing in theater. It was
in
awful.
Theater?
It was awful. Yeah.
That was like mid 2000s, so the video game movies are not good.
Late, but yeah,
late. Yeah,
especially back then. You remember the Doom movie? The Rock.
Oh yeah. A very fun movie, not a good movie. Very fun.
The movie's hilarious.
Yeah, the movie's very fun because it sucks.
The last scene where it's like first person, or like the climax scene where it's first person.
It's awful. It was cool back in the day. If you watch that scene now, it's very bad. It's very, very bad.
Where's my Gears of War movie where The Rock plays Dom?
No, it's supposed to be Batista.
That's what I want.
Or Batista's supposed to be
Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want The Rock to be Dom though? That's a brother. They're doing like the Carl Weathers and Stallone. Like
you would need to just cast a bunch of former wrestlers for that role. They're the only ones jacked enough to do it.
John Cena.
Yeah, I don't know who would he want to be. Baird?
He could be Baird, sure. Yeah.
Bobby Lashley, Coltrane.
Bobby Lashley, Coltrane. Yeah, there you go. That's the squad.
Let's make this movie.
Can Bobby Lashley act, though, is the question.
You don't need to. You're Coltrane. You just shout woo.
Coltrane, baby. Woo.
Oh, that's it. That's all you got to do. Come on, Netflix. Get on that one.
Get on
sounds very fun. I can't believe we don't have a Gears of War.
Batista's been like campaigning to be Marcus for so long. He's wanted that role.
Do it. Why not?
I love Batista. He's so good.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, back to Max Payne. We should be. When do you think we'll get these remakes? Because I don't know if they are doing yearly releases. I would say 2024, probably.
It depends on how much they're really putting in. They're completely changing it to a new engine. The way that I was seeing is that, Rockstar's funding the game. They are getting like a AAA budget. Rockstar's giving them full budget for this thing. So that sounds
said,
like,
quote, like a typical budget to our other AAA games. So it sounds like this is going to be a remake from the ground up.
Yeah.
So maybe it will be 2025-ish. And
it might be a while.
A bit longer. Yeah.
Depending. Yeah, 2025 might sound right. Give them a couple years.
Give credit to Rockstar here, finally doing something good with that GTA Online money. Like, let's go! Thank you guys.
Where's GTA 6?
We'll be waiting to like fucking 2032 for that, but whatever. Jeez. At least
the rumor was 2024, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2024, 2025. So I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see with that. At least they're doing this stuff. This is a good thing because they do own this IP. So I was reading the IP thing about this and like what happened there, and it was I didn't realize this, but Rockstar published Max Payne 1 and 2, and Remedy still made them back in the day. That's why they own the IP now. And then I guess when Max Payne 3 was rolling around, they were just like, "Fuck it, let's make our own."
Sure, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
What do you think the chances are that this could lead to a future Max Payne installment? You know, from Remedy maybe at some point. I mean, that would be so far out, but like it could, right?
I mean, Rockstar's going to wait and see how it does. They are very, money savvy, so.
But will they care? Like this has to cost like nothing to them, I'm sure it's something, but like this has to just be like, oh man, fuck it, why not? If Remedy came in like asked them if they could do this, they were probably just like, oh, sure.
Yeah, they're not even developing.
You want some money? And they were like, yeah,
yeah. My only thing is, as long as Sam Lake is there and he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever Sam Lake wants to do there, that's what I want Remedy to be doing. I love Sam Lake, so I think he's really good for the industry. So whatever he wants to do, if he wants to make 3 after doing Alan Wake 2, Control 2, if he wants to make Max Payne 3, go for it. Or 4, I'm sorry. Max Payne 4, go for it.
Yeah, I think it could lead to that. I mean, obviously, they even announced the Control 2, so I mean, it's like who knows how far that is even out. So,
I mean, it's gonna be after Alan Wake 2, probably.
Yeah, so it's like all of this stuff could be very far out, but very exciting nonetheless.
Yeah.
Next up, then, some new games will be available on Game Pass sometime this month, including Life is Strange: True Colors and MLB The Show 22, which is out right now.
Yeah, I definitely want to put in there like for the Life is Strange 2. Come on.
Come on. Let's go. Life is Strange: True Colors, one of our top games last year.
Yeah, I think it was in our top 5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they must have some sort of deal worked out with Square right now because then we just get Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy on there last month. Yeah. So
I'm gonna name a few more games here.
Please.
There's that Chinatown Detective Agency, that like 2D narrative game. I forget where we saw that. We saw that somewhere recently at some event, but it looked really cool. And then Lost in Random is coming to Game Pass as well. That like
was that
indie game. It was that indie game with the dice that had like the dice mechanic from last year. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember this at all.
Okay.
I read a rumor that Trek to Yomi is or Yomi, whatever we're calling it, is supposed to release sometime this month, and that'll be on Game Pass day 1. So maybe that'll be there.
Not a rumor. It's on. You can preload it on Game Pass. I did it last night. It's coming out May 5th.
May 5th? Oh, okay. So next month, early next month at least. There you go.
I preloaded it last night.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, go do.
I don't know when did I read that rumor? A couple of days ago. That must have like just happened, huh?
I mean, I saw it yesterday. It was so I scrolled past the Game Pass, and it was just like a little thing that said Trek to Yomi, and I was like, oh, clicked it, and it was like, oh, you preload, launch May 5th.
Awesome.
Like, all right,
May 5th.
Download.
They didn't even announce that. Xbox is just like, fuck it, we're putting that date up there for you guys.
They'll get to announcing it when like it's a week beforehand.
Sure, definitely. That's cool though. I'm very much looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Go play Life is Strange: True Colors.
Definitely.
Amazing video
play that game. And it's on Game Pass now. That's a good Game Pass one for sure.
Yeah, more people can play it. Hop in, play episode 1.
Next up, then, continuing on, Activision Blizzard made 1,100 QA testers full time, and they're getting at least $20 an hour.
This was just a story like
just happened.
Yeah, maybe an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Good for them. QA.
It looks like
full-time job.
Yeah, a little bit more here with the story, which is great. And yeah, it's at least 20 hours, so they're definitely paying them more. They're actually making them full-time employees instead of just contractors, which is very good. They'll get benefits.
Sure, I never realized developers made QA testers like full-time employees at some point. I always thought that was just like a towards the end of our game type of thing. We just need people to come in here and play and QA test and do all that.
I think that's studio to studio, because I think that some of them have just internal ones where they're full employees, because you need a lot of QA testers. So I guess Activision did not do them. I think they only use them as contractors. So it's good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Have you seen Grandma's Boy, Daniel?
I have, but a very long time ago.
Oh, okay. He is a QA tester in that movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is the connection there.
Insane movie.
I can only imagine that all QA testers are exactly like that.
Yeah, game development is exactly like that.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah. That movie's insane.
The movie's hilarious. But yeah, he's a QA tester. He goes in there. Oh, was he only making 20 an hour?
Back then, probably not.
I guess he did have to live at his grandma's house, so.
Yeah.
That was probably
it was also that was like 15 years ago, if not more.
Yeah, it was like mid 2000s.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, good for those QA testers. Maybe I'll apply. Become a QA tester. That'd be cool.
That seems like an interesting job.
Yeah, no, I'd probably be horrible at that. Sounds boring. Anytime you would like force me to do something for work reasons, all of a sudden I would hate it. You know, like if I had to play a video game for work, I'd be like, I hate video games.
Yeah.
Throw out all my consoles. Like I can't do that. Make me hate something I love. All right, cool. Next up then. Hyper Light Breaker has been announced, a follow-up to Hyper Light Drifter, although this game will be fully 3D and set in a massive world. It's releasing in early access in spring 2023.
Yeah, which I find very
Hyper Light Drifter. Or
no,
isn't there another game in this series?
No,
that was the only one.
Yeah,
this seems like your type of game.
I know, it's been on my list to play for pretty much since it came out. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't know where I saw, but I guess it's supposed to be have some co-op to it. And it's supposed to have like some roguelite elements as well. So you'll be doing some runs as well, which seems very interesting. It's kind of, I'm getting vibes of like Risk of Rain 2 from a couple years ago, mixed with like a Hades is kind of the vibe I'm getting from the game with like co-op.
Well, they're certainly going after the early access plan that Hades went. Right?
Exactly, which to me sounds like it sounds like the full release might not be in 2023. It might be
it definitely. I doubt it. I mean, how long did Hades take? You know, Hades was like a couple of years, I think.
I think it was 2 years in early access.
Yeah,
but
that sounds about right.
Launched in early access
because I remember hearing about it way before.
It was like 2018, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Game Awards 2018. So maybe it's a little less than 2 years. But I think that they had a rough thing and they kept developing it through early access. Mm-hmm. Hades was very unique. I wonder how they're going to do it for this early access, because not everyone
copy that model, right? Like, look how well that worked out for that game.
Yeah, we'll see what this game can do. I mean, it's very interesting that Gearbox is publishing this game.
Oh, are they? Did they not publish the last one?
I don't think so. I actually don't know who published Hyper Light Drifter 1. Let me see if I can find it here.
Devolver Digital or Annapurna. You know, one of those.
Actually, they were self-published.
Oh, self-published. Okay.
Yeah.
That's even better.
So, yeah, it's interesting that Gearbox is doing it when they are under Embracer. I don't really know how that works.
Yeah,
but
it does seem odd. Gearbox is definitely the biggest one under Embracer, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Or THQ at this point.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Well, they publish stuff too, right?
Yeah. Gearbox has been publishing for a long time as well. So
yeah. So I guess I don't know. Both of those are just keeping their publishing agreements. Yeah, I don't know. It's Embracer's a weird one, man.
Very weird.
In there, it's like I don't know what's going on here.
Are they just owners? I don't know. They own like 94 studios or something.
The mafia just buying up all these studios for their money laundering scheme. You know, they don't really care what's going on there. Yeah, Gearbox, go ahead, publish games. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, what I'm very interested with the Hyper Light Breaker is the co-op, like how that's going to work. That sounds very fun. If that game's very tight, fast paced, feels good. and doing. I like roguelites, so having that in co-op sounds really fun. And I know Risk of Rain 2 is very popular. I know the game was very well liked because it was very different from one. One was single player and 2D. So yeah, I'm very curious. This game looks really cool.
Yeah, all I've seen is screenshots there, but I don't know if I check it out in early access. I'll probably wait until the full thing
Me too.
came out. Yeah, I'm not one for early access stuff and whatever. Telling the developers what's wrong with the game and whatnot. I'll just wait for the full thing to be done.
Yeah, they have a teaser, like a cinematic teaser. It looks really stylish.
Oh,
really
did they?
cool.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it seems like Heart Machine. I think they said that they have gone into 2 productions at the same time now. So they've been kind of developing this at the same time they were doing Solar Ash last year.
That's the game they made. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that wasn't set in the same universe as Hyperlight, whatever. No, okay.
I'm wondering that team's probably going to be doing something else, so they're probably like going to be on like a staggered release schedule or something.
Decent-sized studio then.
I think Hyperlight Drifter did so well they were able to like staff up, and I mean it's probably 50 people, but they're able to like
pretty big
have two small teams. Yeah, I would guess it's probably around 50 or so.
Okay, cool. Next up then, Return to Monkey Island has been announced. This new game picks up where Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge left off, and we'll see original director Ron Gilbert returning to the franchise for the first time since 1991. Game scheduled to come out sometime this year.
Yeah.
This
is very cool story. Like,
this sounds cool. When this got announced, everyone was so excited on Twitter and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh man, I want to be part of this excitement." It's like I have no connection to this series at all. I don't even know what these games are about. But people were so hyped up on it. I was like, I want to be hyped, and I don't know. I want to check out these the first 2 now at some point. This year, or at least before this one comes out.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like, I guess he's been working on this game for a couple years now, just silently. It's cool to see him come back to a series that is so important to video games. Devolver's publishing it, which is really cool. I love Devolver. It's nice to see him working with LucasArts again, and Disney reinstating LucasArts. I forget when they did that. It was a little while back now that LucasArts has come back.
Yeah, probably a couple years ago, right? I didn't realize LucasArts was like developing stuff, though. I thought
they're assisting. He has his own studio.
Oh, does he have his own studio?
Yeah, okay. Let me see what it was called. Yeah, LucasArts is just helping.
Well, they obviously own the IP, right?
Yeah. Let me click in and see. His studio is called Terrible Toy Box. That's Ron Gilbert's studio.
That's a cool name.
That's a cool name. So yeah, it's just super cool. Ron Gilbert coming back to a series. I'm excited. I don't really like super old point and clicks. They just are a little too obscure, but having a new age point and click sounds very fun to me.
Yeah, I know this is, I feel like I would like these games because like, it's kind of where the Telltale games come from and stuff like that, right? Like, I mean, it kind of evolved into, the episodic Telltale game style that. Even like your, what's that team name? The Heavy Rain team, Quantic Dream.
Yeah,
like those games and stuff like that. Yeah, it all spawns from that. So I feel like I could be into those. I don't know though. I remember trying Grim Fandango and like when it first released on last gen consoles. It was probably like 2015, 2014 ish. And I don't know. I remember not being able to get into it too much, but I'd like to give those games another try because I feel like it's something I could get into.
Yeah. The Schaefer games are really well liked. There's like 3 of them on Game Pass: Grim Fandango, Full Throttle, and what's the other one?
The Day of the Tentacle.
Day of the Tentacle. Yeah. And I know those are very well liked. I would like to maybe try them, but I know they're very old at this point. But yeah, those are really cool. Really
Tim
cool
Schafer
to see.
Had a big hand in these Monkey Island games as well. I wonder if he's doing anything with this. Maybe just like consulting. Probably not, but like I wonder if he's talking to Ron Gilbert at all. And they're like, I don't know, because I'm sure they both had ideas for this franchise throughout the years. I mean, the last time Ron Gilbert worked on one is 1991, which is fucking older than me at this point. So it's so I gotta imagine they both had an idea for this at some point, because I know there's also multiple other Monkey Island games that come after the second one, but I guess Ron Gilbert's just like, fuck those aren't canon. He's
well, right I was like looking into whatever he was saying when I think it was on Monday. And I think that he was like taking some things canon and bringing it to his number
into
3.
the new one.
Yeah. So he's like making a new canon with like some things from there. This is kind of what I was gathering from like him talking to fans.
Cool. I bought the first game on Xbox now, so I'm gonna play it.
Cool. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I will
If
tell
it's
everyone my thoughts.
fantastic, I'll play both of them as well.
Okay, I will let you know. Yeah, I'm wondering if it might just be. What do you think? It's just a little too slow paced and stuff like that. A little too. Hey, you need to go find this random key under a seashell and then bring it to the other side of the fucking level. And I don't know, whatever. It's gonna be annoying. Like 12 minutes was annoying.
I don't know about that because you're not gonna be like replaying things.
Yeah, that's a good point. 12 minutes was
just
annoying for its own unique reason.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's just going to be very obscure how to solve puzzles and things. So
yeah,
I think that might not be for you. But
at least now, you know, I got a phone within a fucking foot of me at every second, so I could just look up the answer and stuff like that. So
I know these games.
I don't know, we'll see.
Have like a lot of humor.
Yeah, they're supposed to be very funny. Right?
So that seems very appealing to me. I like having just very funny games. We don't get a ton of very funny games.
Not
games
at all.
Just don't. Not a lot of games are just comedy focused, and I know that these are. So
it's funny because the last game we got that was like comedy focused, maybe not focused, but at least had comedy in it. Was Psychonauts 2, which Tim Chafer has worked on this franchise before, so it's like, you know,
Double Fine. It definitely has that. Like, we like to be goofy and funny, and be serious. You know.
You know what's actually getting a laugh at it? I guess we'll talk about it later, but Lego Star Wars is actually very funny. It's got
yes, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I definitely want to play it.
All right, cool. Anything else on Monkey Island?
No, but it's an awesome story. You love to see it.
Love to see
anything could come back.
The art style looked really cool in that little short teaser trailer. It looked very nice now.
Speaking of, you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
It reminded me of the Guacamelee games.
Did look like that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, which is a good thing. I love that art style.
Yeah, me too, definitely. Next up then, at the State of Unreal event, Crystal Dynamics announced a new Tomb Raider game that will be running on Unreal Engine 5. Later in the week, we also got news that former Sony Bend studio director Jeff Ross will be joining Crystal Dynamics as design director.
Yeah.
They know. I believe we got confirmation of this last year, or at least they said something that they're making a new Tomb Raider game last year, where they were like, I think it's picking up after the whole franchise now. Like, it's no longer just a
they're trying to tie everything together.
Origin story. Yeah, they're trying to tie like all the games together, and it's gonna be the latest entry in Laura's story and stuff like that. I remember them saying something like that last year, so I'm assuming that this is what they were talking about.
I don't remember like a lot of concrete information, but it's interesting to see Jeff Ross going over there. I know he was hinting at doing something. Couldn't really say, I guess. I'm very excited. I love all three of those new Tomb Raider games. I know that Shadow gets some hate, and I know it's not
Shadow, the ugly stepchild of that.
Yeah, and it's not because it's not Crystal. You know, it is Eidos, but I still like Shadow.
I like Shadow. I think it's obviously the worst out of the new trilogy, but I still enjoyed the game. Right?
Yeah, I think it's still.
I wasn't ever like close to like just turning it off and being like, "Oh, fuck this game." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that game goes wild. It gets wild in that game. It does
get wild in that
game. There are some crazy things in that game, but I really like it, and I like the new version of Lara. Like it's a more modern and grounded version of Lara. It's not just some very over the top, sexualized version of herself. But yeah, I'd be curious to actually get a trailer of this. I know that Crystal is doing a lot right now. They're doing Avengers. They're helping Perfect Dark, and now this. Yeah, very interesting.
I gotta imagine this is like the furthest one out.
Yeah, probably. Like they are a large studio as well. To be fair, I'm sure that they could do multiple things at a time.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
it was only an announcement.
Awesome to see more games getting announced for Unreal Engine 5. I can't wait till we actually get going with that engine and start seeing games pop out that are in that and looking all beautiful and whatnot.
It seems like Redfall might be the first really big one.
Is that an Unreal Engine 5?
I didn't know that, but it was in that stuff that Arcane was working
during
on.
the event when they were like showed all the developers working on it and whatnot. Yeah, it was like every Xbox studio was on.
It seems like Xbox was huge into Unreal.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Coalition has been doing a lot of back work, like helping develop that engine. I think they had another
Coalition,
demo.
Helped out. I watched a little bit of this event. Coalition helped out with that Matrix on whatever the hell that thing was. Yeah,
Matrix Awakens.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo for all intents and purposes that was set in the Matrix universe. But yeah, Coalition helped make that and stuff, just to probably just get familiar with the engine and whatnot. But yeah, this is awesome seeing more games come into that engine. As far as Tomb Raider goes, yeah, I don't know. I would kind of do another, not full reboot, right? Still pick up, but just don't connect to anything. Just
but the way you said that,
new adventure.
I think they can and still kind of have her history still be there. Mm-hmm. So I think that this could easily be a both situation. Have what you want, but then also do, every other event has happened. It's just a new story with her. Yeah, I think you can easily do that.
That's definitely where I'd try to pick up from, and then don't do another origin story and stuff like that. Jeff Ross being there should be pretty cool. I mean, he's obviously a very talented director.
Yeah, he's not directing. What is he doing?
He's the design director.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
so you think this
obviously been in this industry for like years and years now? So
that has me questioning. Do we think it's just pure open world?
I doubt it. I don't know. I really like the way the open world is structured in the Tomb Raider games, and then we saw that kind of transfer over into like God of War. It was very similar to that.
Yeah.
And I really like that, kind of smaller open world sections, and then you move on to the next section and stuff like that, and you just pick and choose what you want to do. So I kind of hope they stick with that design, but
I like it too.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you make it more linear now. Try to go for that actual Uncharted type of game where it's just level by level and a very linear game. That'd be cool too.
Yeah. I would prefer to stick with the having open sections. I like hunting the animals and doing the tombs and stuff. I think that was really fun. So I'd prefer to stick with that. I don't think it needs to be open world. We have way too many open worlds. I just think it's just curious that he's the design director. I find that interesting.
Yeah. I don't know these Tomb Raider games. They always get a guy from PlayStation. Corey Barlog directed the original reboot in 2013. And then
I did not know that.
Yeah, he directed that. It was his last game before God of War. So it's funny they're picking up those guys.
Yeah, interesting. Did not know that. That's really cool.
How similar do you think Perfect Dark is going to be to the Tomb Raider games?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna say it's probably gonna be way more like a Wolfenstein or something.
You think so?
It's gonna be pretty linear. But then they might have some like creative spy things you could do. Maybe not just combat. Maybe more like a Deus Ex or something, where you have.
I would like if they took that open world structure though from the Tomb Raider games and applied it to the Perfect Dark game. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Like have like a level is just like a big building, and you can kind of do whatever you want to do. Very Deus Ex-y. You can sneak in the vent, or you can
almost Hitman style.
Yeah, exactly, Hitman style. You just walk in the front door if you want, or you can go through the window.
I guess I'm proving my own thing wrong, but like they did say that game was first person, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Wait, actually, I don't know now that you're making me question it.
I know. I could have sworn I remember them saying this, but then again, that could have been a completely different game. So I'm pretty sure they said that at some point.
Yeah, I think you're right, but now you're making me question.
I know. I was listening to Jeff Grubb's podcast a little while back, but it sounds like they're all hands on deck over at Crystal Dynamics on the Perfect Dark game. Yeah, so it sounds like that. It's like that whole studio is focused on that game now, which is pretty much means they're developing it, right? Because considering how small the initiative is, so.
And then them also announcing this really makes me think that maybe Perfect Dark is still not as far out as people think it is.
Yeah, I mean, how far out are people thinking? I'm thinking at the latest, right?
I mean, that's only like another 2 years, but like I don't know. The way I was hearing about the last story of like the people leaving and stuff, people were very like, oh, maybe this game is just so far away. I don't really think that might not be the case.
I can see why people think that just because of all the problems Initiative seems to be having. But then again, if Crystal Dynamics is all hands on deck on it, that's a big studio combined with the small studio of the Initiative. It can't be that much further out.
I would question maybe next year, but that would be me.
Yeah, I could see like late next year. I mean, that wouldn't be shocking to me.
Yeah.
Any chance we see gameplay of that game this year? I think so too. I think
put it on it for me. Put it on.
put it on there.
Keep it here. Put it on the board. E3.
E3, yeah. I'm thinking Xbox E3. This has got to be
This
Xbox
E3 is going to be
where like I mean, there's no E3, but like Xbox event this year. This has got to be the one where we see these games finally, right?
I mean, last year's E3 was awesome for them. They had a really good showing.
No, that was good, but like I just want to see gameplay of these games. You know, Fable, Perfect Dark. I'm forgetting a bunch of others now, but you know what I mean. I think this is the show me year. You know what I mean? Like even if these games are still another year out, like I want to see the fucking gameplay of these games.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Crystal Dynamics. We look forward to your Tomb Raider game. Should never made the Avengers. Shouldn't have done it.
They should have, but it should have been single player.
Sure.
That's the problem.
Cool. Yeah. Next up, your boy Colin Moriarty's studio, Lily Games, has announced their next project titled Super Pearls of Baking.
Perils.
What is it? Perils.
Super Perils.
Oh, whatever. Excuse me. Sorry, Colin. You named it weird. Next, then where?
I heard that.
What'd you hear?
What? What'd you hear?
What did you hear?
I'm listening to the stream, so I'm behind. I
Don't
heard
listen to me.
you besmirching the Avengers name.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, get out of here.
Yeah, we just besmirched it. Keep going. Redo the whole thing. Redo the whole thing.
We'll start this over because we gotta pay Colin his respect. You know what I mean? He's totally watching right now.
Okay,
like,
ready?
Smothering my name. Okay, ready?
Take two. Go.
Your boy Colin Moriarty's studio, Lily Games, has announced their next project, What was it? What was it, Daniel?
All right, where did you take 3? Perils.
Perils.
All right, take
Perils.
3. All right, ready?
What does that word even mean? What is the definition of that word?
Peril, I think, is like a something negative,
Peril.
something bad is going to happen. I'm pretty sure.
Peril. Okay, cool. Take 3. Your boy Colin Moriarty's studio, Lily Games, has announced their next project titled Super Perils of Baking. Said to be an OD.
An ode.
An ode.
Oh, we didn't
to the SNES era. Take 4. Your boy Colin Moriarty. Anyways, this game is coming out on June 3rd to all major platforms.
Do you want me to say this other sentence that you can't say?
Yeah, go ahead. It doesn't
matter. It's said to be an ode to the SNES era of platformers like Donkey Kong Country, which is definitely what this reminded me of, which I'm very excited for that. It will be released June 3rd, which is awesome. I know he's been hinting at it for a while now.
I didn't realize it'd be this close.
I didn't think so either. And that's awesome. June, there's really not much in June, and not a lot generally comes out in June. I think we're getting like one game maybe that we know of.
The Quarry and Super Mario Strikers comes out then.
Oh, I thought the Strikers in July. Yeah, okay. So we're getting 2 other games, but it's awesome. I love to see 2D platformers and it to be like Donkey Kong Country and Colin to be writing it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know who the little character is based off of. I thought it was supposed to be him, but then I looked closer at it and I was like, that just looks like some chubby guy. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, this is cool. Not my type of game again. Lily Games. I'm not sure if they'll ever make a game for me, but nonetheless, very cool.
So good to support the small studios, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, you're not really into the 2D platformers generally, so
not at
all. It's nice it's coming everywhere, which is I think that they slowly released the Twin Breakers to everything. Now it looks like they're launching everything. I think he said he wants to do that now, is launch everywhere. I think he's talking about an RPG that he was making. I think he wants to launch everywhere as well.
Didn't they just put out what was that game? Hyperoxia 2 not too long ago? Wasn't that like, I don't know, that couldn't have been that long ago. But I think that was everywhere as well.
I kind of forgot about that game, but yeah, I think it is.
I feel like this game will kill it on Switch, no?
Probably, yeah. I wonder how much it is.
Yeah, probably like $10, something like that.
10, 15? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it doesn't look too expensive. But yeah, good for them. Colin getting in there, buying his own studio, putting out games. Good for him. I'm surprised he's the only one in like video games media that does this, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there is. Usually it's people, developers doing their own shows and stuff. That's
Yeah.
usually how it works. Not the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
No, wait.
Oh,
Very famous one.
what's that?
Greg Kasavin,
What's he?
Supergiant.
Oh, okay.
He
Where
was
did
the editor. He was the editor in chief of GameSpot back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, he was huge GameSpot guy back in the day. And I mean, Supergiant's one of the best developers in the industry. So
There are a couple cases like that. I think the Rocket League guy, I think he was in Games Media, right?
oh yeah.
One of the guys at that studio.
Is it Jeremy or something? I forget
Something
his
like
name.
that.
And then you have Alana. Alana was media.
There's the guy that used to be on Unlocked who works at EA Motive now. Forget his name.
Oh, Ryan Clements.
Is that his name?
From Podcast Beyond, Ryan Clements. You remember Clements?
No, I remember him, but is he the one that works at EA now?
He's a developer, yeah. He just wrote for True Colors.
One of the guys that wrote
Mitch Dyer.
Mitch Dyer, there you go. Yeah, he wrote.
There's another one. See,
there are
a few.
Game. Yeah, there's a few. And now that we're naming them, there's quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to see them crossover, work in actual video games, stuff like that. Yeah. I can imagine that's what those people have always wanted to do. So.
Sure. Yeah, especially if you like writing, right?
Right. Okay. Cool. Next up, then, Ubisoft is reportedly developing a new Ghost Recon game codenamed Over, releasing in fiscal year 2023.
Yeah, This was an interesting story, because they just recently talked about shutting down Wildlands and Breakpoint.
Yeah, over the NFT
servers.
situation. That's what seems like, at least. Yeah.
I don't know if that's like
that's when everyone turned on them, right?
Yeah, but the people weren't too fond of Breakpoint, but I know that there were a lot of fans of Wildlands, the first one.
I played a little bit of that game. That was the it was almost MGS5 like with the helicopter stuff. Like, yeah, me and my friend played it in co-op. It must have been free on something at some point, on PS Plus or something like that. Because I remember playing this and like going up in the helicopter, and I was like, "Oh, this is just MGS5 but co-op." Like, oh, that was cool. Didn't play exactly as good as that, but yeah, nonetheless, it was cool.
I like the Ghost Recon series. I'd like it to kind of get away from that type of design, because that Breakpoint was the same thing. I preferred them to kind of go back to like the Advanced Warfighter series or Future Soldier series. Is that what it's called? Future Warfare or whatever that other one was called. I like them to get back to that, like third-person shooting and stuff. Ghost Recon is just a cool series. So I want it to succeed. Hopefully they do something different and not shove NFTs and open world into it.
Oh, they will. Yeah, I have no connection in this series, I guess. I don't know. They got to be running out of Tom Clancy books here eventually. So it's like, I don't know which one was called Over, Did he write a book called Over, and now they're copying that, That's all I'm assuming is happening here. Tom Clancy just,
I mean, he's dead.
Shitting out books from the grave, I guess.
I don't think this is something like a new book that he's writing.
No, that's what happens. All these Tom Clancy games are adaptations from his books. Don't you get that?
Everything. So X Defiant. He wrote a book about.
Tom Clancy wrote a book called X Defiant. Yeah. Any of them. Rainbow Six Extraction. He wrote that book.
Wow, aliens and
aliens and zombies and stuff like that. He wrote that. Rainbow Six Siege. You just sit in the corner of a house and wait for someone to walk in. He wrote that.
You got to build your walls, and that was part of the story.
And then player one built a wall in front of the door and sat in a corner for 30 minutes. I used to have this one friend that played Rainbow Six Siege like religiously all the fucking time, and I would go over there, and that would all he would do is sit in a corner of a house and just wait. I was like, this is the game. That's
how he's playing it.
He would just sit in a corner. He would like go to the bathroom, wait for someone to walk in, and I'm just like, okay, so you're just defending a house here. This is the fucking game.
Yeah, he didn't show off that game very well.
Let me play a 30-minute match and just get 10 seconds of excitement out of that. That's all he did.
That game's great.
Ever since then, I've never liked that game.
That game's awesome.
Is
the
it?
Rainbow Six series?
I would have no idea.
Did you ever? I think you played one of the Vegas games, didn't you?
I played Vegas 1 and 2, and I do
1 and
love
2,
those.
so good.
Yeah,
Vegas 1,
Vegas
and
2,
so
Vegas 2 was fucking great.
Oh my god, that game's so good. That's a legendary game.
Early 360 days, man. That was a good time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's get Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon back to the 360 days again. That's what we need.
Vegas 3. Make a Vegas 3. I would
make a Vegas 3.
Say about Rainbow Six Vegas 3. That'd be fucking dope.
You remember Patriot?
I do remember Patriot.
Rainbow Six Patriot, that awesome trailer that they showed off?
Yeah, did that ever come out?
No, it didn't.
Because
Game Informer did a one of their cover stories on that game, and then it never came out.
And
crazy. Yeah,
lost the time.
There's still footage because they had gameplay of that game. There's still you can go. It's on YouTube. You can go look at Rainbow Six Patriot. Like that's a crazy story.
What year was that? That must have been like what 2011ish.
It was like early last gen, wasn't it?
Oh, it was even later than that. Early, okay.
It was before Siege.
Well, yeah, because
Siege was 2015.
Follow up to Vegas 2, right?
It must have been like 2012 or 2013 or something like that.
I wonder if elements of that went into Siege. That must have been what happened, right?
Probably.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
No, Nick, you're mistaken. The Division was based on a book.
Yeah, Nick. The Division book. You didn't read this?
The Division book. Clearly
Tom
you didn't
Clancy,
read it.
You wrote that. Come on, Nick. Every Tom Clancy title, he's written it, man. Come on.
Every single one.
You need to get into this. Wasn't there a Tom Clancy movie one? I mean, it was obviously called Tom Clancy something else. Maybe I'm thinking of something weird. I don't know.
Didn't he write Red? I think he wrote Hunt for Red October. Is that a Tom Clancy thing? Is that a book? Idea. His book? Pretty sure.
Where's the Division movie with Jake Gyllenhaal? You remember this? He got casted in this?
No, I don't remember.
It's a real fake. The Division always had somewhat of a cool plot, though, where everyone gets sick off the money from Black Friday, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I think everyone would just be using their debit card now, but whatever, sure.
I mean, there's still a lot of money, so
yeah, that's true. Also,
all you need to do is kill 50%, and then it's going to be crazy. So.
Yeah, good point. Are 50% of people touching cash, though?
I think more than you would think.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, though. That's a weird way to try to kill everyone in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of simpler ways to go about that.
Nick says Jack Ryan. Is that a Tom Clancy?
Ryan.
Property?
I think so, yeah.
Is that Tom Clancy?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Jack Ryan with
it's a bunch of different versions
from The Office now on the the Amazon.
Oh, well, yeah, it's him, and then there was like a different one too, wasn't there? More recent.
Sims watches this. Where the fuck is Sims?
That's Jack Reacher.
Oh, is that a different thing? Excuse me.
Yeah. Jack Reacher's a different thing. That's a different.
Is that the one with Jim?
No. Jim is Ryan.
Jim from The Office should never try to be in like anything serious because I can't take him seriously.
Did you not see the Quiet Place? That's a great movie.
Oh, you're fucking right. You know what? I can't.
Yeah, he's great in that movie.
He's
great in that movie. I haven't seen 2. I need to see Quiet Place.
You haven't seen 2? Quiet Place.
No.
It's really fucking good.
I want to watch it.
He's in that one too, quite a bit. I feel like he's in that one more than he's in the first one.
Weird.
Never mind, Jim. I'm sorry. I can take you seriously. Never mind.
He's gonna be our Fantastic Four. So
yeah,
Mr. Fantastic. So.
Maybe we'll see.
Him and Emily Blunt, both of them.
I mean, it would be perfect casting, you know.
Yeah,
husband and wife. Does just go for that shit. So
come on.
It would work. All right, cool. Next up, then, THQ Nordic will have a digital showcase on August 12th later this year.
Yeah, they said they'll have new announcements. They said they'll have announcements and gameplay of things. So
I hope the mob boss gets up on stage and he's just like super Italian.
chopping on a cigar.
Yeah, he's got a cigar. It's Tony Soprano. What's doing up there?
Wait, James Gandolfini's alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
I thought you were dead.
He walks up on stage. What an event that would be! You know,
insane.
That's like the excitement, THQ.
I think it's very interesting that they're talking about this showcase so far ahead.
It's funny. It's not just an embrace. We were just talking about this. It's not just an Embracer showcase. It's THQ Nordic. You know.
I wonder if that's because more people still know THQ's name than the Embracer name.
But does that mean we could possibly see like a Gearbox project here or something like that, or whatever other studios Embracer owns? Who knows?
No, because Gearbox likes to do their own thing. They're bad E3
That's
conference.
true. Maybe not.
Who
Gearbox
knows?
is a bad example, but like one of the other smaller studios.
And like Coach Media did their own thing at E3, and it's like
they owned by Embracer as well.
Yeah, they are.
My God. Who knows what's going on over there? Embracer, like the biggest publisher out there. You guys need to just do your own.
Like, is Deep Silver things going to be here? Like, are we going to see, what is the name of that series? Darksiders? Like, are we going to get a new It's been a while. We're going to get a new Darksiders game.
Yeah, I guess that could be here, right?
Dead Island.
Because Fire with the Knights of the Old Republic remake, they're also owned by them. It's like, could that be here? Probably not, but
apparently Dead Island 2 is still being made. I'm wondering if maybe we'll get a re-reveal eventually of that game.
According to Colin on Sacred Symbols, he's saying that game, it might be coming out this year. Like, it's supposed to be a very fast announce and then release.
So August and then August?
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe it's August and then the game comes out in like September or whatever. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Maybe. It's just thoughts. I don't know. They're huge. I don't know. We're probably going to see Cosmic Shake, SpongeBob Cosmic Shake.
Ooh, I forgot about that. That'll be cool.
Yeah. I wonder, do you think we'll see like another Destroy All Humans game? I know they're doing the remake of 2.
3, yeah. Wasn't maybe that... I'm pretty sure Destroy All Humans 3 was on that NVIDIA leak from last year or whenever that was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the ones that was listed on there. So I guess that's... Everything else has turned out to be real on that list, so I don't see why not that.
Yeah, I mean, some things have not
been announced yet, but like there's things that are current.
There's some weird ones still that I still don't completely believe the entire thing, because like NetherRealms isn't working on like 3 games, so I don't know. The leak is still a little odd to me, but there's definitely a lot that's come out of it for sure. Yeah, very weird that they're doing this so far ahead.
I'm trying to think of what other properties THQ Nordic would own or whatever, but
they had like a little.
None really come to mind.
I can click on this. See.
Yeah, go ahead. Click in there.
Because they had like a little trailer. Yeah, it's like a 50-second thing. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 Eastern time. Let's see. Yeah, there's the SpongeBob thing in this trailer. Cosmic Shake's gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, it would have to.
I don't know because they did this. They did a digital event last year. Biomutant, yeah, that came out last year.
Biomutant 2?
Yeah, there's like some fantasy thing they're showing and some thing with some people with guns. I don't know what this game is either. There was that Outcast 2 game of that original beloved like cult hit that they announced last year. So who knows though? Who knows?
THQ Nordic, go ahead, surprise me.
Surprise me,
THQ Nordic. Maybe they own some other random Nickelodeon property. Can we get like a Fairy Odd Parents game?
I mean, we're gonna get the game of the year again. We're gonna get Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 this year. And it's gonna be a game of the year.
We'll get 2 this year, or just DLC characters? I feel like
no, they're gonna go for 2. They're gonna go for that game of the year again.
Then do 3 next year. Also win.
Yeah. They're gonna make one every year, and it's gonna be game of the year every year.
That's awesome. It was also the highest selling game of last year.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't it be game of the year?
Gaudy, highest selling game. I mean, we pretty much praise our Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl overlords.
You don't need another video game.
Me and Daniel have accepted it,
Yeah, you guys should just accept it.
Yeah, everyone needs to start living in the future, Get away from the past. Your Smash Bros, your Mortal Kombat.
Any game. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. These are all dead franchises.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon All Stars
C14. Why do you need that game?
Why do you need it? You don't need it.
No. League of Legends? League of who?
I know, me personally, I haven't played a single other game since the release of Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. Yeah. And I don't see why I would.
There's no reason to at all.
I'm glad we're in agreement here.
Yeah.
Next up. Rogue's Legacy 2 finally releases on April 28th of this year.
Yeah.
A couple weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Exactly 3 weeks.
It's a 7, so yeah, 3 weeks.
It's coming to PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. No PlayStation. Sorry, PlayStation.
No Switch?
Sorry, Switch.
Get shit on. Interesting. This is awesome. I know for at some point last year, maybe it was the middle of last year, it came to like early access or something. They did some like test version of the game. It's cool to see it finally getting a release date for a very beloved first game.
Did you like the first game a lot?
I played a little bit, not much. I liked it. It was still in that early era of roguelites, so it has a cool system of when you die, you play your ancestor, and they get like an ability and stuff. I think that's super cool. So I'd be curious to see what 2 is like, if it's changed much.
Yeah, I have absolutely no connection to this at all. I don't like the name of this franchise. I'll just come out and say that.
Really?
Rogue Legacy. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Well, the legacy is because when you die, your ancestor is the next.
You don't gotta give me the canon reasons here. I don't like the name.
Okay.
Don't like it. Change the name. Change it to super fun time, happy go lucky gaming. Then maybe I'll play it.
That sounds like a YouTube channel.
Should we change our YouTube channel?
No.
You sure? It might get us some views. Maybe Payne Energy will finally sponsor us.
Bang.
Payne Energy. Don't bane it till you bane it. Bane it. I'm sorry, I just didn't have anything to say on Rogue Legacy.
I just put it there. I think it's awesome. This game's finally coming out.
Is it coming to Game Pass?
It's
does
not
say
announced.
Game Pass. At least this Twitter link does not say anything about Game Pass. But
we'll see closer to release.
Yeah, Xbox does kind of like the a week out we'll announce it on Game Pass type of thing. Maybe that's just when they get the deals done. Who knows?
Yeah, the fact that it's not coming anywhere else makes it seem like maybe it really could. Put it on PC, Game Pass, and Xbox.
I feel like all of these, and anytime Xbox has a timed exclusivity window with these smaller indie games now, they got to get them on Game Pass.
I'm sure they're at least interested in it, right?
Yeah, you got to shell out that money. You know, just how much more could you need? You already got that timed exclusivity. You know, just throw them a little bit more cash. Get on the Game Pass.
More players, right?
I'll download anything on that damn Game Pass, man. I have so many random games on Xbox where I'm just like, why did I download this?
What is that game download?
No idea.
That's
literally what I do. I'm like, I've never even heard of this.
You might as well, right?
Download it, yeah. Download MLB The Show. No intention of playing it, but it's
not even one match.
Okay, I'll do one match just for you. Just for you. I do kind of want to see how it looks graphically too.
I kind of want to for this one. Beautiful. I did it last year. I played like a few matches.
Yeah, I remember you doing it last year.
Yeah. So I might do it again. I might just, opening day. I think is yesterday.
See the graphics, because see those beats of sweat.
We're a full year in now, so maybe it looks
what
this current gen. So
yes.
Maybe it just looks
a little bit better. I mean, I didn't play last year's either, so I don't
look good.
What that one looks like.
Look good.
Cool. Well, I will let you guys know about that next week. And that's it for the news.
Yeah.
We'll now move on to what we have been playing. Daniel.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
2 games. The first one, I'm still playing Tiny Tina's. I think we're in chapter 7.
I didn't get to hear about this at all last week.
Yeah. I still really like the game. It's just goofy. Every aspect of the game is just over the top. D&D everywhere. It's so funny to get the D&D.
They lean into that really heavily.
Yeah. It's
that
so
must be
funny
cool for you.
Yeah, I kind of wish it would lean more into D&D, to be honest. Like, they lean into it, but it is still Borderlands. I kind of wish it would just be more D&D. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I like it. I like the game a lot. It feels good to play. We are definitely having issues. Sims is having way more issues than I have.
Just like connection and whatnot.
It's weird issues. Sometimes the game is just losing connection, and I have to completely restart the game. I've had that before. I've had, like, when you go to travel to the next area or whatever, you get like a little countdown on the side of your screen. It just countdowns from 5. Sometimes that'll get to 1. We'll go to the next area, and that'll still be there. So it's just little issues. I feel like
annoying. Go away, stupid one.
Yeah, so weird. But how me and Sloan play, we do every side quest. That's just how we play Borderlands. We've always done Borderlands. Yeah. We have another friend, Daniel, that is playing with us, but he's just popping.
Another Daniel in your group? Wow.
Yeah.
I must be unfortunate. Doesn't one of you go by Dan?
No.
Danny? No, you both just do Daniel. What does Salone say then? I feel like you put him in a situation there.
Well, that's not my problem.
What does he do? Like, does he go Daniel number 1? Daniel number 2?
No.
No, he just says Daniel, and you ask which one.
Sometimes he'll say Navaroli, but not all the time.
He'll say Navarro.
Sometimes.
So he downgrades you to the last name. You don't get to keep the Daniel.
I guess if that's how you want to look at it.
I mean, I don't know. I might have to have a talk with Sloan here.
Downgrading. Yeah, it's super fun. The class I started with was the Spore Warden, and that was when the 3 of us were together. And then me and Sloan were just kind of doing our own thing. I kind of like switched classes. Now I'm playing the Berserker. I really like the Berserker way more than the Spore Warden. I have like basically a slam down ability. So like I take out Max and like slam down. Does like an area effect.
Does like a ground pound type thing.
Yeah, and it's there's an ability for it which is super cool. Which if I get a kill on somebody, my cooldown immediately activates again.
Interesting.
So my character's very good at taking down all the ads. I'll kill all of the small things and just go around slamming everything. Sloan can kind of focus more on like the badass enemies or the bosses or something like that.
So is there more of a focus on melee in this game?
Going from like the trailers, you would think maybe they would lean into it. No, there's still a ton of shooting.
Just a lot of guns still. Yeah.
There is a melee weapon you have. It's like a weapon that you can have.
It's more melee focused than your other Borderlands games.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Slightly.
Zero. Borderlands 2 had Zero, where he had like a sword. His melee.
Oh, that was like
a sword.
Thing. Yeah. And whatnot. Yeah.
Brick from Borderlands 1 was punches. If you remember, he punched things.
I played as the guy with the turret.
That's who Sloan play. That's Roland.
Oh, okay. I used to like that turret, and it would heal everyone too.
Yeah, I played Lilith and Mordecai in that game.
Mordecai. That's a badass name.
His name is cool.
It is cool. So, what's going on here? Any like returning characters and whatnot? Like, I'm curious about this game.
So there really hasn't been. Obviously, Tina's there.
Right.
She's the bunker master. Brick has a character. This shows up and Claptrap does. But I mean, they use their voices, but how it is in the game is it's all in the game.
Okay.
So really, there is your player character. There's this new character, Valentine, who is Andy Samberg. And then there's Fret, who is Wanda.
Samberg's in this game.
He is a voice of a character you hear all the time.
I didn't know that.
Then there's this robot, Fret. It's Wanda Sykes.
Okay.
And then Tiny Tina. So there's 4 of you as players playing B&B. So everything like Brick is just a character in the game that Tiny Tina has used, and so is Claptrap. So every like technically NPC you see is just all Tina, technically, right?
Okay.
She's the bunker master, right? So she plays all the NPCs. Even though they have their own voices, am I making any sense?
Yeah, no, I'm following you.
So really, we have never seen any other character. Hello, Sims. Welcome back. Yeah, we haven't really seen anything outside of the game. Okay. Like it'll cut back to the board, and you'll see like Valentine and Tina and stuff, but we don't really know what's happening. You're just in a cave playing.
And what, they're just kind of telling their own story through the game.
Tina's telling this story.
Telling you the story. She makes it up literally making it up as she goes along.
Yeah, she'll make things up.
Yeah, she'll just change the game in game.
That sounds cool.
It is cool. I wish she would do it. I wish she would do it more.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool when it happens.
For example, like there was a trebuchet. One of the missions where you're supposed to take out all these trebuchets, and then I don't know, one of the other guys that are with her were like, "Oh, why don't we build the trebuchet and then slingshot ourselves across?" And she was like, "Oh, I wouldn't normally let you do this, but that's a good idea. Let's do that." So all of a sudden, this trebuchet that you destroy just puffs, and it's back to normal, and you can jump in it. And another example, like she was like, "Oh, dynamite, something about dynamite," and the other guys were like, "Oh, dynamite in this world. Can't we make it a bit more like fantasy?" And she changed it. It was just like it was cool. It's cool like that. I said last week, I don't think you heard it. Like, I feel like this is the best way Borderlands should be moving forward. I just feel like the goblins and the trolls and the wyverns are much better than the psychos and the psychopaths, etc. I just feel like it's a better setting for it.
You're like in this fantasy setting.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's hard to pay attention to the story because like we are like sorry to hijack the conversation. Like I am just jamming out with some mates. There's 4 of us. We're all in a Discord chat. We just get together and we just chat shit all night and we just shoot. Not really paying too much attention to the story. Like, you know,
that's what's awesome about the whole series, right?
My chat is higher than my game volume, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
So I can't. You know, if Tiny Tina like starts piping up, I think we'll all go a bit quiet and listen to what she's doing. And like, there was a good like cutscene set piece with the river, which was quite epic to see. So yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm going to come on and moan about it. Like, we've not really been able to play it for the last week due to just connection issues, like the crossplay, the shift servers. You know, their own servers that enable the crossplay just don't work.
So what are your friends playing on since?
Well, I've got Carl. Shout out to Carl. I love you, man.
Carl?
Carl! Yeah.
Carl! That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, he gets that a lot. Sam.
You shout that in game.
Yes, Carl's on Xbox, so we peer pressured him. So last week he owned an Xbox One, and then we peer pressured him to get an Xbox Series S. And due to the power, due to the power of like online shopping, he had one 4 hours later. Because we thought, I mean, we had these connection issues. It was like, oh, maybe is it because you're on the Xbox One and you know we're loading in seconds and you're loading in minutes. And he said he was having a lot of lag and a lot of slowdown, you know, due to the chaos of the game. So he was like, oh, you know, I could go and get a Series S and see if that helps. And it's literally just a connection issue with the servers of Shift servers because he's on Xbox, Sam's on the PC, and we're on the PlayStation. So I mean, we bought it we bought the game like the Sunday after it came out. I think we played it Sunday night, and then all of last week, like every night, we just sat down like, should we try and get on? Like me and Natalie can join because I think mainly because it's a PlayStation server type. It's on the PlayStation side of things. But anytime we're trying to bring Carl in from the Xbox through the Shift servers, he just gets timed out messages. And then for the past 2 nights, granted we've been able to get on, but we have like a time limit of like 2.5 hours until it's back to like lag, and then we both all get kicked out, and then we can't play it, which is absolutely disgusting. Like he obviously the Shift servers on the Twitter, like that, you know, they tweet out regular like. They tweet out regular thing is so like what's it saying at the moment? Shift status. So
So what? Do you like try to time it with the shift thing? And then,
no, but it's just like it just seems to be a timer on the servers. Like
yeah.
I think Sam's a bit more technical. He says like it seems to be like a memory leak on their side of things with the like because their servers are so, you know, servers are, you know, they're expensive to run, but they're just not maintained very well. April the 1st, we continue to see improved overall performance from the team's effort addressing the online connectivity. We observed for only limited cases of disconnect. We've observed only limited cases of disconnections in the past few days, but like April the 1st, we weren't playing it. We couldn't get on.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like the game is great. Like it's typical Borderlands in a better setting. You know, there's not much on a gameplay side of things. It's not much different from Borderlands 3. Maybe a few different, like, you know, classes run a bit differently, and yeah, it's a shame because it's like we are enjoying it, but it just seems to be hit and miss. Like we don't know if we're playing it tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's
just kind of random.
Yeah, so they all jump into like a Minecraft thing.
Funny, you got such a diverse group with.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I mean, he's on the PC and. He's on the Xbox, we're on the PS5s, and you know, and when it works, it works. Like it's really good time. You know, the talk, the voice communication through their servers is trash. So we've all just moved to Discord. Like Discord is the way forward. Like Discord is great. As soon as like if PlayStation do integrate the Discord chat into the PlayStation, like you know, you cook him with gas. But it's a shame. It really is a shame. But yeah, Tiny Tina is cool. Sorry, Daniel, you may talk.
It's fine. I do want to say that, Connor, instead of a grenade, how Borderlands usually has it, it's a spell. And it's a bunch of different spells that you basically equip. Like There's just ones that'll just like shoot out. There's ones that will like auto target. There's a bunch of different things. Like one I got for like pre-ordering the game or whatever is I summon like a skull, and it's just Will Arnett's voice. Will Arnett is the main villain, if you didn't know. He's the Dragon Lord or whatever. He's so good. I love Will Arnett. But Will Arnett voices this like skull, and he hates you. It says it in the text of the spell of the thing that he doesn't like you.
The skull hates you.
Yeah, he doesn't like you. He's like, "How did you get this spell?" You know,
I must have that. I must have that spell somewhere. Where would I get it from? Or is it just
so? If you got the pre-order bonuses, you have to go into the menu and go to your mail. It's very weird.
Yeah,
in the game,
I don't think I do that.
Go to your mail.
It's called the Dragon Lord or something, isn't it?
He's the Dragon Lord. The spell is like called Skull something, I think.
Go
to your mail, and then you just have to like accept it or whatever. The spells are super cool. Go ahead, Sims.
Yeah, I'm a spell. What are you? What's your class?
I am a berserker, and then I multi-classed into a stabomancer.
So I'm the spell guy with a necromancer or something.
Yeah, so I think it's spell shot, and then
I'm spell shot.
Grey form.
Yeah, I use a lot of the spells. So at the moment, I've got a spell that like I charge up and it's like a fireball, and then the other one's like just lightning. So I'm like, yeah,
cool.
It's cool, man. Like it really is like a cool, like definitely. It's so better than this. I'm just more drawn to this, I guess.
Sure.
I
love Borderlands, so I like the regular Borderlands. I can take a Borderlands 4. I assume Borderlands 4 is probably the next thing after they do the DLC for this game. I assume maybe 2024, 2023, Borderlands 4, something like that.
Cool. What else have you been playing, Danny?
I've been playing Kirby in the Forgotten Lands.
Oh, you moved on to Kirby, did you?
I was going to move on to Tunic, but I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play Kirby. So I've been playing Kirby. I am at the final boss right now. I have went through the 6 worlds. Very cute game. I was telling Sims before we started, like, I think everything about the game is awesome, except for kind of how Kirby feels to play. Like the jumping, it isn't Mario. Like it doesn't feel as good as Mario. It's all very basic. You have very few buttons. You could do anything. Like it's basically suck up an ability, and then whatever that ability is, you can use it, or you can like drop it and suck someone else up, and then it's just jump, and that's pretty much all the controls in the entire game.
Oh, like hit or anything?
No, that's the suck up button.
Oh, okay.
Once you have an ability, that becomes there is no basic
then
hit.
You use those abilities from whatever you.
Yeah, Kirby does not have a basic hit.
Okay.
You can't just punch things, but you have like an item that you can like a health item you can equip, and that's X. But that's really all your buttons.
Interesting.
It's so going to this like final boss. Not that this boss is like the most difficult boss I've ever done. It's how the Kirby feels to play makes it much harder.
Okay.
It's so limited. You have this dodge, but it's not a dodge. It's kind of like jump and like moving a little bit. And you're just doing it. It's not like a dodge. Like the game I think needs to feel better. That's a big complaint I have. But the music's great. Visually, it's a very beautiful game. I'm surprised. Yeah. The game, the frame rate for the game for the most part is really good. But anything outside of like your main little view, you see it is a very low frame rate.
Oh,
like whether
background
it's
stuff.
Well, not even enemies that aren't that close to you.
Okay.
They will be single digit frames. It is very noticeable.
Oh.
Yeah. Very odd. I guess they're trying to make it run well.
The power of the Switch, you know?
Yeah, the power of the Switch. Yeah, you're so right. Where's the new Switch? Yeah, all the abilities are really cool. So there's a ton of them. There's like probably 15 different different abilities you can have, and they all could be upgraded.
Oh, that's cool. And you just get all the different abilities from sucking up whatever's around you?
Yeah, so if you go back to Waddle Dee Town, there's this like
like a hub area?
It's a hub area that you can like upgrade as you like rescue the Waddle Dees. There'll be more stores that'll open up. There's a repair shop there, and once you get an ability you suck up from someone, it will appear in the repair shop, and you'll see like a bunch of them lined up. And then that's you have to go back there to upgrade. You have to get these blueprints and bring them back, and then it costs currency, 2 different currencies to upgrade. Yeah, I really like the sword. That's really been the one that I try to use for bosses.
So like, how do you pick that up? Like before a boss fight, or like during?
I have to go back to town.
Oh, really? And then
a lot of boss fights. Yeah, especially because if like I want the sword.
So like,
I will.
Can you bring multiple abilities with you somehow? No. Okay, so you just pick the one you want, go into the boss fight. Okay.
Yeah. Before each boss fight, there are some in the front, but it might not always be exactly like, oh, it's just a bomb, and then the tornado.
You rest at the site of grace, and then pick.
There is no resting.
Go through the fucking yellow mist.
Some of these
in the
bosses
Kirby boss fight
are very Souls-like.
Really?
So I don't want to spoil anything. The boss for the 4th area is a Souls boss. You are walking up to a castle. Yeah, the boss. You're walking up to it's a broken down castle. It is just a Souls boss fight.
Dragon flies in out of nowhere. You're like, fuck.
not like that, but and then the final boss fight. I only was able to do it once, and I just didn't have an extra health item. So the stupid boss fight, he can heal himself and stuff. It's just I don't like this final boss so far. I'm gonna try it again.
Every hit he has, it takes away a little bit of your health and gives it to him.
It's not like that. It's not like that, but
I just like that this is a Souls game now. All of a sudden,
the end of this game, these end bosses are Souls bosses. It's so funny.
Nintendo actually saw Elden Ring.
They changed it
leading up to release, and they were like, you know what, we could add a little bit of this in Kirby. The last 2 bosses are just super hard.
Yeah, this game's it's a very fun game, and it's very charming and cute. The levels, for the most part, are pretty short. There's not a ton of levels either. Each main world, there's only like 4 levels and then a boss level. That's pretty much it. And then there's like side levels that how you get like this upgrade material to upgrade your weapons. You don't have to do these trials. I've done a few to like get some of that. I want to get the sword upgraded. I'm just frustrated with how Kirby plays.
Well,
I think it's a really cool game. It's solid, like 8 out of 10. Like, you're not getting a Mario. Like, don't come in thinking 3D Mario.
It's not 3D Mario. Okay.
No. If anything, it's more like 3D, like Mario World. What is it? 3D Land.
3D,
okay, something like that.
Hey, see what I did there? Hey,
what did you say?
It doesn't matter. You've ruined it.
Okay.
I actually didn't get the joke either. What was it? Explain that again.
I just said more like 3D, not Mario.
Oh, okay.
Boom. Take that, Kirby.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny, but I liked it.
Yeah, the music's awesome. They do it. The 3rd world is so cool. Like, I think it's just a really cool visually. There's so much to like here. I just feel like Kirby just needs to play better. I just don't like how Kirby plays.
Okay, put that on the box.
And not that it's the worst playing thing ever. It's not like it's the worst playing thing ever. It's just like Kirby can jump, and then Kirby has the float. The float does not feel like Smash Brothers float. It's way more limited than that.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's no like dodge button or whatever.
But these boss fights, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
there's a loose dodgy thing. Like it'll slow down.
The block shield with L2. Come on.
Let Kirby just play like Smash Kirby, and then I'll be fine. You can like hold down and get the hammer.
Yeah. Okay, Sim's got up. We'll go to me then, I guess.
Sure.
I've been playing Lego Star Wars.
I'm excited.
I'm not too far in, so I guess I don't have all that much to say because they just come out a couple days ago. But where am I? I am in the middle of episode 2. I started with episode 1.
I mean, I feel like that's how you probably should do it, right?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people going and like, someone was like, they started with episode 7, and I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
What the fuck are you doing? Like, I feel like the game wants you to start with episode 4 because that's the first one they put you on. Like, you don't like start it, but like when you go to the select the level, it starts at 4. Okay. But then I was like, nah, I'm gonna go back. So it starts at 4, and then the other like episode 5 and 6 are locked. So you would
yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah,
It's
and
very
but then
interesting.
episode 1 is unlocked, but then 2 and 3 you have to unlock by playing them. I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know. I probably would have just unlocked every level. Just let people
play whatever movie you want.
Yeah, wherever you want to start, get ahead. But no, I beat episode 1 now. I'm quite enjoying it. I don't think it's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none type of game.
Sure.
I don't think like the combat is like top notch combat, like best combat I've seen this year.
Is it fun?
Game. Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun.
That's what it needs to be.
Yeah, it's and then same with like the flying. It's pretty fun. It's not like great flying or anything, but
feel good to fly.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You feel like Battlefront?
No, definitely not. That's like way more high tech than this. I think I can't even fly in Battlefront, so I guess I wouldn't even know. But yeah, no, and then the force power, same thing. It's fine. Yeah. It works, and I feel like the force powers you mostly use for different puzzles around the world and whatnot.
Yeah, that's like the typical Lego things. You're like moving things or whatever.
Pick them up, move them. There's a lot of like, there'll be one of the special blocks that you can collect in each level, like in a really high place, and then you stack some items on top of each other to get up there, and just random easy puzzles like that. Again, this is a kid's game, so I'm not expecting the most like complex puzzles or stuff, most complex combat, stuff like that, but they probably could have done a little bit better with that type of stuff, but I am enjoying myself. I can't compare it to previous Lego games because the only last one I played was the original Lego Star Wars, which was 15 years ago at this point, something like that. Yeah. So it's, I literally, that's the only other Lego game I've played. And then now this one. So I wish I kind of had some in the middle there so I could compare it more to later Lego games, because I really don't know. Everyone's saying this combat is like completely overhauled and stuff like that. I just don't know. I don't know the difference. But there are like combos and stuff like that you can do. You can do a lot of like blocking with the lightsaber and then coming in.
I think that's where the changes come into, because normally in the older, I remember as a kid playing like the Lego one, the Star Wars Legos, because they were like the first ones to come out, weren't they?
Yeah, I played that one too. I just can't remember.
The difference is like the camera's further out. Obviously, there's voice acting now, and then the combo is completely like new and different. Like, I put it on last night for like a minute and then fell asleep. But that's not a detriment to the game. That's just me being very tired. But I started episode 1, and it felt tighter. It felt a bit more personal. Do you know what I mean? You're over the shoulder of Qui-Gon.
I would say the shooting actually feels better than the lightsaber play, which is, it does the over the shoulder, you aim and stuff like that, which is, pretty different for a Lego game from what I've seen.
Did you start with episode 1?
I did, yeah. I started episode 1. I beat episode 1. I'm in the middle of episode 2 now, so.
I have a question about the length. Yeah. How long are these movies?
I'd say 2 to 3 hours.
Per movie? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about per, because I've only beaten the first one, but I'd say the first one took me about 3 hours. These levels are very big. Like, you go to Tatooine in episode 1, and it's like, you won't get all the Tatooine yet, because there'll be different areas, obviously, that you go to throughout the movies in Tatooine. Right. But, like, the initial Mos Espa area was, like, fucking huge. So I'm running around there for
there's not a lot of linear stuff. It's pretty just open.
Yeah, it's very... Not every level, right? So, like, you open episode 1, you go on that ship. That's a pretty linear ship. Like, there'll be your little secrets and nooks and crannies and stuff like that. But for the most part, that was linear. It seems like the main areas that you go to throughout multiple movies will be pretty open and very big. And then obviously different areas you can go to on each planet, when they get there throughout the movies. So like Tatooine. And then episode 2, I just got to where Luke lives on that moisture farm. And then, so that's a whole new area. So then when you click on Tatooine on the planet, you can pick which one you want to go to then. Like what area of Tatooine you want to go to. And then, yeah, so they're pretty open. It's, when you get to the real open areas, it just kind of feels like an amusement park of like, you can just go here and here and here and find different things you want to do. Like there's a puzzle over here you can solve to get one of the special blocks. Or there's, some enemies you can fight over there. And that's kind of the extent to...
Are those reasons to progress, or are they just more side things to get?
They're just more side things to get, more collectible type things. But I think that's kind of the point. That's kind of what you want to do, because if you just play it linearly and go checkpoint to checkpoint, you'll go super fucking quick. Like,
that's probably how I'm going to play. I'll probably do some side things, but I'm mostly probably going to play it linearly.
The Kyber blocks are Oh, they
hybrid
unlock
blocks that were
cheats,
called, yeah.
don't they? They unlock the cheats.
Oh,
So
that
there's an
sounds cool.
upgrade system that you can do with those now, where like you can like upgrade your speed will be one of them with your sprint speed.
Oh, do the Jedi sprint run that they did in episode 1 and never any other time.
No, they never did it again, which is crazy. But yeah, so and I've heard those aren't really as effective as you would think, the upgrades. I heard they don't really add up to much. Like it doesn't feel that different when you unlock all the upgrades and stuff like that. But it is just something to work towards, right?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying
I'm
the
very
time?
excited to play this.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying my time. You know, I'm gonna play through the whole thing. I don't think I'm having as good of a time as I was hoping, but you know, I just didn't know what I was getting into exactly. Like this isn't like the next big Star Wars game I was hoping it would be. You know, it's definitely not like Jedi Fallen Order 2 or something like that, but it's still fun nonetheless. It's very funny too. The spoofs on the movies are hilarious.
Yeah, so I have a friend at work, and he's a big Star Wars fan. Like plays Battlefront religiously, and he said, "Oh, guess what? I picked up." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "What would it be?" I was like, "Oh, Star Wars." He goes, "Yeah." He's like, he mentioned his dad was taking a mick out of him because it's a bit of a kids game. But now he's mentioned his dad's have joined in on like his dad started playing it, and like he was saying like the spoofs on Anakin in episode 1, like giving him crayons and stuff.
Yeah, they're very funny.
Like, it sounds quality. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for. I'm definitely wanting to play it. Like, I
like how charming the game seems.
I'm
very excited to play it.
So when you're fighting Darth Maul at the end of episode 1, you can like see in the background there's like a orchestra of robots playing the
no
song. Yeah, that was funny.
They're playing Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, you can like, see them back there. Yeah, episode 2, there's a part at the beginning of episode 2 where like these little slug things try to kill Padme, and like instead of like trying to do whatever they were doing in the movie, they had like a weight above her with like a rope over her head, and they're like lifting the weight, and I was like, that got a good chuckle out of me. So it is very funny and very charming.
I think I definitely mean to play it this weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of just I'm looking for a game to play while I'm not playing Tiny Tina.
That's exactly what Kirby's been for me.
Yeah, like just. I've just not been able to play anything. I've just been so tired. But I started that Memoir Blue, but the music's so chill, so I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping out.
I mean, it's an hour. It takes an hour.
I know, yeah. I literally played it for 5 minutes, and I was like, in and out of consciousness. And they gave me this little thing I had to do with the tickets or something. I had to like put something down, but I just couldn't figure out what to do with the ticket after. And then, like, obviously, I was at, obviously, but no, yeah, like, I'm looking for I'm in like. I don't know, like, embarrassment of riches. I don't know what to play. Like, I want to play Seafoam. I was like, I may as well just wait for the difficulty to just drop down a little bit.
Update.
Yeah, like, or should I play Cyberpunk?
Go back, yeah.
I'm waiting for Cyberpunk. Should I play Cyberpunk? Should I play? I tried. My friend came around. We tried Elden Ring for a laugh, and I like played it for like a minute, and I was like, nope, not a chance. Like, it's just not for me. So I don't know. I'm in this like
how much I get into like. Collecting all the different collectibles and whatnot. I wonder if I want to platinum it. Come back to the episodes, because there's this whole free roam mode where you can go into any level with different characters and stuff. And I haven't actually played it yet, but that sounds really interesting to me.
So you're locked
different ones
for every level to whoever.
Yeah, you're locked, but then again, there's a whole free roam mode, and I can already see how that works because they lay out the map of different planets, and I have so many planets left to unlock. So I'm kind of just waiting until I play through all the movies, and then I'll go into that free roam mode, and then go around and get whatever different collectibles.
In like traditional old Lego games, like there'd be certain skills that only certain characters can do.
Yeah, and I'm already seeing a lot of that when you're going through different levels. There's a lot of what were they called? The fucking
blocks.
You said?
Yeah. I'm already noticing a lot of those where like they'll put a little symbol of the type of character I need to get into that. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'll just.
And you're not limited to like, it's not like one ability. Like I know Boba Fett has this one ability. Like you'll find that.
It'll be like Boba Fett's in like the bounty hunter category, so you can.
So any bounty hunter.
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly. It is really cool though, just exploring these giant areas, because like we don't get a lot of that in Star Wars. Like the Coruscant area was huge, and I was there for forever. And I'm just like, man, I want like a realistic Coruscant game.
We were gonna get it.
I hope, man. I hope, because that'd be.
It was 1313 or whatever.
Yeah, 1313 could be there. I don't know. That was. I mean,
that's what it was supposed to be on Coruscant.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. Like, hopefully Ubisoft's making that. That'd be badass. But yeah, I'm having a good time so far. Maybe not quite as good as I was expecting, but yeah.
Were you expecting? What were you expecting?
No, I don't know what I was expecting. I was like really hyped for this game, and then I started playing it, and I was kind of let down just a little bit because I was just like, oh, okay, well, I know what this is.
It's a Lego game.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess I was expecting like a game of the year contender for me, but it's not that. But nonetheless, I'm having fun.
Yeah, I just want to see how goofy a retelling, a goofy retelling of these movies. That's all I want to see. That's all I'm going in for, anyways.
It seems like a nice.
Yeah.
It seems like a nice palate cleanser from Elden Ring, though.
It is. It definitely is.
I can't see you on the edge of your seat.
I took a couple days off from playing games after Elden Ring because I was just like, I need a fucking break. I need to get out of there.
Booked himself
I need to go outside. It's like, oh, there's a real world out there.
What did you do though to what did you do to digest from that experience? Like, what did you do
from Elden Ring? I literally just didn't play games for a few days.
You just caught up on TV.
Kept playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a bunch of shows to watch and whatnot. I don't know. I started The Sopranos for the first time randomly. It's just like, oh, okay.
Everyone seems to be doing that right now. It seems like the cool thing to
do. The Sopranos, is it? I don't know. Maybe I started that. I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
But yeah,
it's good. Lego Star Wars though. Yeah. Sims. Anything else you've been playing?
Not really. I'm just waiting for Just waiting. I don't know. I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for someone to tell me to play a game. I think I might just keep playing Lego Star Wars. I mean, I just want to play Tiny Tina. But when the roadblock hits that, I'm like, oh shit, what do I play? And then it's like, oh, I don't know. I want to play Star Wars. I want to play Memoir Blue. I want to play Tunic. Like, I want to play all these games, but I can't decide what to play. And it's like,
I would just say pick one and do it. If you're not feeling it, bounce.
That's hard part. I would say. You gotta pick one.
I gotta pick one.
Just pick one. Just say one and pick it and do it.
And then it's my birthday. That's the only way you're gonna be. It's my birthday soon as well, so I'm getting the wrestling game for my birthday, and I'm like,
ooh,
oh, nice.
Yeah,
you're gonna get
excited. Yeah, you're gonna get so into that game.
Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they keep to this releasing it around this area because I feel like it's been such a hit. Like people are talking about this wrestling game more, due to the wrestling season. I feel
I wonder how much it's sold.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I've been thinking about that quite a lot. I wonder if it has sold a lot, especially now WrestleMania has been having this has probably been one of the most nostalgic WrestleManias ever. Even though people are retiring and sunsetting their careers, people are coming back to see that. People have Stone Cold being plastered everywhere and him having a match after the first after 19 years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see that. I'm really looking forward to the MPDs and see how much it sold. I don't know. I'm just moaning. I'm playing Tiny Tina, really. So
yeah,
it's just unfortunate on the stupid.
Nick
service.
Wants to know, what our game of the year is so far. So I guess we're 3 months in. We're a quarter of the way through the year.
It's getting the heavy questions here.
Nick wants to know what our game of the year is. I think it's easy. It's Elden Ring. I don't think it's close. Honestly, I don't want to hate on Horizon because I still think it's such a good game, and I think it more people need to play the game. But the more I'm away from a Horizon, the less I'm wowed by Horizon, to be honest. But it's easily Elden Ring.
Mine is Horizon. Elden Ring there was just too much holding me back from giving it that kind of praise. I would be surprised if Elden Ring's even in my top 5 of the year, if I'm being honest.
That's crazy.
It's all that grinding though, man. It's just how many hours did I not have fun playing Elden Ring? Probably at least 10 hours there where I was not enjoying myself.
That's a quote, though. Do you know what I mean? That is a quote, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean,
and a lot of people would probably agree with that.
The highs of that game were higher than probably Horizon was for me. When I was really enjoying myself, I was like, okay, this is game of the year worthy. But then I don't know, man. Killing that bird for 10 hours straight broke me. It's I can't do it. So yeah, I would give it to Horizon, definitely.
Mine's Horizon. On just sheer technically. I can't think of it.
Technical.
Just on the graphics, the audio, the visuals, the gameplay, all of it, the animation of every character, the love that game received, just looking at it visually, probably the best thing I've ever seen ever. I can't. So there was moments in that game where I just stare. I'm like, and it wouldn't be anything interesting either. I'd just be probably on my way to San Francisco, and it's very like swampy. There's like a pot, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, this is incredible, like incredible. Just watching the trees just slightly move, and like Aloy just stood there, and I don't just pan the camera around. It's incredible. I just can't get over like how amazing, and like talking to that chef in the first city, and like just watching him, like watching the fear and the panic in his eyes because he had a bit of beef with the guy that was
really like that chef. I have no idea who you're talking about.
It was like in the first city. Chef. What was the first city that you ran into? And there was that one guy, and he
Chain Scrape.
Yeah, and there was that one guy, and then you had to go into another. You had to go somewhere.
You had to get him a new pan, basically.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm watching his like emotions, and like you could see his emotions in the animation in his face of like, he was fearful of this guy. I don't know. It just blew me away. It blew me away. Like watching Varl, watching Varl. Like he was a great character. Like I don't think I've ever seen a game look better. And then the story wasn't half bad either. Like
I mean,
the
all of
Power
that
Rangers
is
just turning up, and I was like, yo,
looks is all just subjective. Actual visuals, like just pure fidelity isn't everything to a game. There's a lot there. Art direction, like Kirby's not the most technical game, but like Kirby looks great. Elden Ring. Elden Ring's not the most technical game, but it looks great. Like Nick's game of the year so far, he says is Sifu. Sifu isn't the most technically looking game, but that art direction's awesome.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more than just technical fidelity of an engine.
I just feel like PlayStation do. Like there's a reason why you're paying £70 for a game, and like
because they want more money.
I just think there's so much that goes into it. This could be a this is a conversation I'd like to go in. Like this is a conversation like I've been thinking about like play. Jim Ryan comes out. We're not going to release them day and date because it doesn't work out for us. Obviously, in a nutshell, it's like it doesn't make us. We don't make enough money. But you got to think of how much money it takes to make these games. I just
too much money. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think with Horizon 2, there's just stuff I like about that game more than Elden Ring 2. Because I mean, that's really all I'm comparing is Horizon and Elden Ring. I don't even think I've beaten another game this year. That's at least a new game that's come out.
Did you beat Arceus?
I never even tried Arceus.
Oh, I thought you tried.
You didn't pick it up in
okay.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna either with that new Pokemon game.
Yeah, just wait for that.
Yeah, I'll just wait for that. But no, with Horizon, it's just like, I really love story in game. I really value story in video game. There wasn't a story in Elden Ring. I mean, there was.
There is. It's just not as in your face. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's so weird that like I know you don't dislike the game, but it's like you finish the game.
What, me?
No, Connor. Like you finish the game, you put so many hours into the game, and you've come out the other side going, did I really like it?
I mean, there's just stuff I just didn't like. There's stuff I legitimately wasn't having a good time playing, doing that. The grinding. It really did get
You didn't need to grind.
No, you don't need to, but I did, and that's my experience, so I'm going to have to base it off that, right?
No, 100%.
Yeah, no. With Horizon, there wasn't a moment I was playing Horizon where I wasn't having a good time. You know what I mean? I like the combat more in Horizon, certainly, than I do in the FromSoft games, and then the story obviously adds a shit ton to me. Character building, world building, stuff like that. Like I value all that stuff greatly in video games. And Elden Ring really didn't have a lot of that, but it did have way better boss fights than Horizon and stuff like that. And a bunch of other things too. The world itself was a better open world than Horizon's was. Stuff like that too. I don't know. Comparing the two games is kind of weird, but I don't know. All I can say is there wasn't a moment where I wasn't having a great time playing Horizon, and there was at least 10 hours where I was having a horrible time in Elden Ring.
I think comparing a lot of games is hard.
It is.
Yeah, they're open worlds, but yeah, they're very different.
And also, if I do sound negative on Elden Ring, it's like you put 85 hours into a game, you're gonna have some negative shit to say on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, as much as I like Elden Ring, like I still have negative things about the game, but I think the things that have wowed me are so far and above that Like, I don't mind a little bit of grinding. I did not grind 10 hours. I don't know how you grinded 10 hours. That sounds like...
I feel like overall, it was between doing the stealth one where, we were killing guys by the stairs and then the bird thing. It was probably about 10 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I did maybe 6.
At least it felt like that. It's just funny because, I'm a couple weeks out from Elden Ring now, and that is what I remember is the grinding the most,
I'm just curious.
Like, just a couple boss fights that I remember, like the what was the one in Caelid? That boss fight?
Radon.
Radon, that one really sticks out to me. Good. That one's really cool. Yeah, that one really sticks out in my head. And then
pretty much most of the main gods.
Yeah, most of the main gods, definitely. Yeah, those are fucking awesome. Like stuff like that sticks out to me, and then the combat sticks out to me too. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm curious as time. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but I'm curious. Like we get until later in the year.
Come talk to me later. Maybe at the end of the year, I completely changed my mind on this. I don't know. Come talk to me later.
Because like I told you, I think we mentioned this when we beat the game. I was like, a lot of negative things for a game I forget about pretty much immediately, and I don't think about it ever again. I only think about the good things about a game. That's pretty much when after I'm done and I've moved on. I don't like to just dwell on, oh yeah, I hated this part, But
I don't. Again, come talk to me at the end of the year. Maybe I'll have a completely different answer for you.
Sure, I'm very curious for it not being even in your top 5. You even saying?
I mean, I don't. Right now it's number 2, right? Because all I have is Horizon and Elden Ring. So
I just find that so weird.
I would be surprised if I would call this more of a down year if Elden Ring is in my top 5.
Weird. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt about it. I don't know.
Okay. No, I want to hear your opinion.
Pull up my list from last year and tell you where Elden Ring would rank. If you want to get into that.
If you would like to say it, I don't know.
Sure, why not? Let me see. So what was my number 1 last year? Was Forgotten City, Life is Strange: True Colors 2, Psychonauts 2, then Ratchet, then Halo Infinite, and Guardians, then It Takes Two. I would probably put it at 6. So above It Takes Two, below Guardians.
Wow. Okay.
And Horizon would be 1. Just comparing it to last year.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Very interesting.
Nick. In-depth answer.
Yeah.
We will now move on to our game. Got a while left.
Yeah. We started a good time today.
Yeah. Definitely. What are we doing?
So I wanted to finally make a return to the museum, which we have not done in a very long time. I've been planning on doing this museum for a while. It's just hard to get us all together, and I wanted to do it last week, but we didn't have any time. So since Sims isn't here, and I'm not sure if you're ready to present a game. If you want to go, you could go first if you want, or I can go first.
You can go first. Go ahead.
You want me to go first? Okay. Yeah. So I took here. Let me get the list real quick.
Ooh, he got a list. Oh, is this our museum?
Yes.
Okay. Someday we're gonna open this museum. Probably in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's the plan.
Nashville, Tennessee, the Nerdic Gods Video Game Museum.
Yeah.
Open sometime in 2042.
Yes. It'll be a while. All right. So I have the list.
It's a work in progress.
I'm just gonna name everything, just so we know what's in the museum already. We have Super Mario World, obviously Tetris, Resident Evil 7, Mass Effect 2, Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, first gen, Batman Arkham City, Red Dead Redemption 2, Minecraft, Gears of War 2. So that is all our games in the museum.
Did you mention Resident Evil 7?
I did. I said it.
Thank you.
It shouldn't be. There's like 5 other Resident Evils I'd put. Yeah.
I just like pointing that out.
I know you do. I know. I'm still sad that that's the first Resident Evil that's in.
Hey Sims, do me a favor, pick something absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I aim to. Don't you worry.
He's gonna pick Fortnite again.
Okay,
all right, so
my
game. Yeah, I know you did. My game is developed by Naughty Dog, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, released 2013 on the PS3. Summer
Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Yeah, Warped. Crash 3 hype.
Wasn't it like June the 6th?
No, it was E3 week, so it was June 14th.
That wasn't far off.
It is Last of Us 1.
Part 1.
The part 1. Yeah, I wonder if they're actually. I know that we're taking away from my little presentation.
Neil Druckmann was wearing a hat that said "Last of Us Part 1" in
it was. Yeah. Do we wonder if that remake is going to just actually have that in the title?
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I kind of wish they wouldn't do that, but whatever. It's
Too
not
late.
that.
Can't go back.
Yeah.
Can't go back.
This game is a seminal game with amazing performances. It's changed the industry. It's getting a new show. It's getting a show. I really do not have to say too much about this game. I think this game really speaks for itself. It is one of the best stories. I don't know if it is my favorite story in games. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is still my favorite story in games. But it is up there. I know. I saw your face, Sims. It is definitely up there.
You redeemed
it has. What do you mean?
When you said it wasn't your favorite story, but but Red Dead is, and I was like, yeah.
Resident Evil 7 is
my favorite story in games. Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Yeah, this game I think really did a lot for narrative in games. It isn't all on Naughty Dog because I think that other developers have done it too. But this game is really it pushed narrative forward. It showed that Naughty Dog isn't just a big set piece, third person, studio. They aren't just they don't just make kids games, they can actually do a serious story and narrative. The music's great. They made 2 of my favorite game characters ever, Joel and Ellie. The multiplayer, very fun, very underrated. They're even making another game out of it with Factions 2 Factions 2.
Something confirmed.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
It has, but
has it?
It has.
Wait, has it really? They
I mean,
a multiplayer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They Neil has said himself that they're making a multiplayer thing of whatever.
That's the most bad.
Do not, Sims. Don't try to say that I'm speaking in there, Nick. That's not me. I think Resident Evil 7 is like the 8th best Resident Evil.
I mean, I didn't type. I mean, who's
Resident Evil 1 through 5 are better. Resident Evil 1 through 5 are better. Resident Evil 8 is better.
5. Yeah.
5's a very fun
game. 5 is better than 7.
100%.
You're on drugs.
100%.
Cocaine.
100%.
Whoever's supplying your stuff, man. That's some good shit.
Resident Evil 8 also better.
You think 8's better than 7?
100%.
You're on fucking cocaine.
100%.
Like, next time I see you on this podcast, I just want white stuff all over you. That's all.
But yeah, that's my choice. It's for The Last of Us. I as reading the list, like we haven't had a Sony game. I was like, oh, I try to, I want this to be representation of, the industry, and I think that having Naughty Dog here, they need to be represented. And I think that, yeah, maybe we should have other Naughty Dog if we're kind of going in order, but I think it's a good place for them. Now you guys can question
Bandicoot Warped.
That's of years. You guys can question my pick if you'd like.
I don't really have too much negative to say on.
There's nothing negative to say. Like,
I mean, there could.
You have to pull that crate up to the wall so Ellie can jump up there too much.
That was cool, man. Go revisiting the game. I think it would have been 2 years ago now. It didn't release last year, did it? Number 2.
No, 2020.
So I revisited the game like a month before it came out, and like I had no problem. Like I just like literally going from story beat to story beat, not really like walking around looking for stuff. I just wanted to get the story again. Like I had no problems with anything. I didn't mind getting the crate. I didn't mind.
Some of the puzzles are all right. We've done this in every other Naughty Dog, like Uncharted. The gameplay isn't perfect. I think it's kind of they definitely fixed it with 2. Even 2, I don't think 2's perfect. It plays very, very good. That's probably the biggest complaint is the gameplay. Like you are just kind of stealthing around, trying to like shiv the harder cordyceps, stuff like that, shiving guys and stuff. But that's definitely the worst part.
I love the combat in Last of Us. I think they do it really. It's really uniquely like intense in the Last of Us. The shooting.
I like it way more in 2.
Guys are running at you and stuff. I'm probably only remembering 2 right now because it's been so long since I played the last one. But
And like
Yeah,
the
combat's
the audio in like you said, like when they're running at you, they're like ah, like, and it's genuine fear, like that you're like
terrifying.
And like when they, when you, I think I've said this before in another podcast, in the same podcast, like just like when they hit you or when you hit them with a 2x4, you fucking feel that 2x4 hitting that man, like, ooh, it's gonna,
like, ooh. Well, if there's no more questions, we can move on to the next.
I will say, like, I'll never forget playing this game, like playing with Natalie. We play it a couple of hours a night. I think I hope would have been one, so she wouldn't have been as much as a handful. So like, we got some, we played it every night. I think I was working stupid hours at work, so wouldn't have been. And it doesn't matter. But when the game ended, I was genuinely just disappointed. Of like, oh, like it was so unexpected. Like maybe I was just, I don't know, like the way the game was you'd have one set piece, it'd move into a season, and obviously what happened, and then it just we'd turned it off technically at the ending, and then we're like, oh, all right, we've got a bit more to go. And then they had that conversation, and then it ended. I was like, "Oh man, oh man." There you go. Look, just in the chat, like Ellie, tell me everything about the Fireflies is true. And Joel sips a beer. Yup.
I mean, I think having him lie to her is a great ending.
So good. I just didn't want it to
ending,
end.
Nick. I see what you're saying, Nick. That I guess you can look at it as disappointing because it isn't some big spectacle. It isn't him killing all of the Fireflies, spoiler, and then credits. It isn't just that. It is way more somber and dire, and then a broken man lying because he doesn't want to break more to her. I like that ending.
It's deep. It's real deep. Oh man, the game is so good.
I feel like that ending changes a lot after you play the 2.
Yes.
It's no longer that whole open ending type of thing. It's you see the consequences to that action.
I mean, I replayed number 1 just before number 2, and I knew the spoilers. So fuck it, spoilers for Last of Us 1 and 2. But when I walked into that hospital room, and I aimed my gun at that doctor, and I was like, this will change everything. This has so much consequences, but without that,
made a choice.
Without that, you just walk into a room killing random NPCs. The game is incredible. The game is one of the probably is one of the best games ever. It is the best. I don't know, you can say it is on a Thursday afternoon, but tomorrow it'll be a different game. I know it's just. Video games are cool, man. Video games are cool as fuck.
All right, that'll do it. The next game wins. Bye, everybody.
That's it.
No, wait, what's
that's it. Do we need any more?
Yeah. You want to go next, Connor?
Sure. What am I gonna go with here? I'll go with Portal 2. I don't know if I want to go with 1 though. No, we'll go 2. We'll go 2. Portal 2 is when did this come out? 2011, right? April 2011. I just replayed this game too, so I get to talk about that. Cool. Portal 2, one of the best puzzle story narrative games you'll ever fucking play. The puzzles are so great, so uniquely designed with the portal gun, and then the different elements you get into are fantastic. And then combining everything together towards the end of the game comes together really well at the end. What else? The story in Portal 2 is fucking fantastic. You pick up years later after Portal 1, GLaDOS reactivates, and then you go through a whole story with her and Wheatley, and just great characters. It's crazy how good the characters are in this game when the main protagonist doesn't even talk. The world it creates is fantastic and so interesting to play around in and learn more lore and stuff about it. And that's all I got to say. Portal 2. Come on now.
You pick for my heart. A pick for my heart. My only, I guess, if I'm gonna cross-examine here, my biggest complaint with the game, and it's really not even that big of a complaint, so it's kind of whatever, is the length. I think it might be a little too long of a game.
Really?
Maybe they can cut a little. Yeah. I don't think it needs to be as short as 1. 1 is very short, but maybe cut it just a little bit. A little tighter of an experience, but that is my biggest complaint for the game.
Fair complaint. Fair complaint.
Sims, you got something to say about Portal 2?
I never played it. Never played it. It's something
my
that.
Water out. The fuck.
But it is something that, like, as a grown ass man, you know, the when it was about, I was, you know, quite a teenager, and it was never something that tickled my fancy. But my two best friends at the time, they played it. They played it together and they loved it. So I don't know. Maybe it was just something that wasn't for Steve. But now thinking about it, like, I'd love to sit down with Natalie and get, you know, piss her off because I'm a dumb folk.
Well, yeah, you didn't even talk about the co-op, because that guy's a complete different co-op story.
I thought, this is how much I don't know. I thought that was the main game.
No, it's its own co-op story.
Yeah, not the longest thing, the co-op thing. That is a much shorter length. But no, the co-op part was very good. I haven't played that in a very long time. I don't know if I ever will again, honestly. But yeah, the co-op part's awesome. I guess if I were to pick at my own, it's not everyone can play Portal 2, you know, or beat it, you know. It does require a brain.
I think if you follow a guide, you could.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can follow a guide and do it, but like, you know, it's The Last of Us. I feel like everyone, you could put that on easy mode or whatever, and everyone should play through that if you like video games. I wouldn't.
There's
say
no easy for puzzles, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no easy mode you can turn on in Portal 2. The puzzles are the puzzles, and you just have to figure that out. So if you don't like puzzles, I wouldn't recommend Portal 2 for you. But
if you do, it's the greatest puzzle game of all time, other than Tetris. That's it.
Okay, Tetris, sure.
That's the only two puzzle. Like, that's it. Those are the top two.
That's it. Yeah, sure. But yeah, that'd be my only knock against it. Is not everyone can play it.
Sure. I mean, it'd be hard to kind of make it accessible to everyone in terms of its difficulty. Yeah.
I guess not everyone can play The Last of Us 2. Like, I wouldn't like hand a 5-year-old the controller, even if it was on easy on The Last of Us, and be like, here, play this. You'd be crying within 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it's not like a Mario, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Sims? Which you pick?
I don't know.
Do something ridiculous.
I want to.
He wants to. Okay.
I want to. What was the game that made me love video games? I mean,
that's a good question.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, what could I? Like, what is the best video game in the world?
What should be in the museum?
What should be in the museum?
Yeah.
Fucking Skyrim, right? Surely the most remade game ever made, like the re-release game ever made.
Yeah.
People on your microwave.
This game is, I don't know, like, incredible. Like, the game is like endless fun. Like, there's so much to do. Like, there's so many builds to make. There's so many, you know, like what they called, like, not caves, are they? Like
dungeons.
I'd say cave. I mean, you could say the caves, yeah, or dungeons.
And like, you know, you could like literally play it any way you want. And like, don't get me wrong, I cheesed it. I found a book and I got every skill. Don't ask. It was a whole thing. But I remember, you know, waiting for, you know, the baby to pop, like waiting for Hope to come out, that, you know, waiting for little baby Hope. And I just play this every day. If I had 5 minutes, I was on Skyrim. And like, the world was like, every city was different. And like, I mean, I remember buying it a couple of years ago. I don't think I have it anymore. You know, I was like, I'm just gonna be a mage. I'm just gonna go around and just fucking everybody. And yeah, and then, you know, I think the most memorable part for me for Skyrim was the dragons. Like, you could just be minding your goddamn business. You're just chilling, and then all of a sudden, it's on like Donkey Kong. Like, I mean, I suppose Elden Ring is what maybe invoked that now, but like, there was nothing more like exciting than a dragon just like, yo, you want to go? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of busy, but all right. You know,
well, you just drop here.
Just go. Like, I remember having these like, what were the best swords in the game? Like druidic swords or something. I forgot what they're called.
Well, there's Daedric, but then the dragon are better than the Daedric ones.
I had a
The Dragon
sick save
Bone.
on the Xbox 360. I had so many hours. I did every side quest, everything. You know, is it the Thieves Guild?
The Thieves Guild's so good. You get
So
that. You get the
good, man.
Nightingale armor when you crouch. You go
Yeah.
invisible.
It's so good. Like the game is special, but Bethesda is special. Like I think very rarely I listen to Sacred Symbols, but like Colin just hit the nail on the head. Like Xbox have acquired like the best collective group of developers in the world by far. Like you got id, you got your Dooms, you know, the people that create Doom, you got Skyrim, you got the Dishonored group. Like
Machine Games.
$7 billion, like chump change. And then they acquired Call of Duty for 60-something billions. But like for $7 billion, you have by far the greatest group of developers in the world, right? He's not wrong, is he?
Definitely argue that. Yeah.
It's just incredible. So, yeah, Skyrim. Like, I mean, what can I say? Skyrim is, you can do anything you want, really. Like, even now with the new update, go fishing. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like, play it in your Tesla. Play it on your Alexa. Don't start.
The non-Tesla.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, there's like a few games on Tesla.
There is. I think Stardew Valley's on the Tesla.
Ooh.
What is the Alexa version like? Can you tell
Alexa.
me just real quick?
So, like, it'll just be like,
Play
you want
Skyrim.
to walk into the dungeon,
Okay.
and it'll be like, yes, Alexa.
Skyrim Very Special Edition. Skyrim Very
Holy
Special
shit.
Edition contains mature content that may not be suitable for all ages. Would you like to continue?
Yes.
Welcome back to Skyrim, adventurer.
Back.
You are standing at a crossroads deciding where to go. In one direction is a spooky lighthouse, in the other is a fishing camp. Where would you like to go?
Where am I going, boys?
Lighthouse.
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 In one direction is a spooky lighthouse, in the other
You gotta
is a
say
fishing
spooky
camp.
lighthouse.
Where would you like to go?
Spooky Lighthouse.
Spooky Lighthouse.
Once at the spooky lighthouse, an orc adventurer greets you. He tells you of the terrible evil lurking in a nearby forest that has been terrorizing the spooky lighthouse. Will you lend your spell and steel to his cause?
Yes.
You have my sword.
I need to answer this.
Try the first dungeon.
Did you have that ready to go?
That was
How did you
awesome.
do that?
That was so cool. He has an Alexa. That's
Oh,
awesome.
you just had it right there. That's hilarious.
You muted yourself. That's awesome.
There you go. That's what Skyrim is like on Alexa.
Well, I guess let's do a little bit of talking while he's on the phone here. The only like negatives I would say is more like performance, and that's more of just a standard kind of Bethesda. They always kind of little janky, like when the giant hits me, I shouldn't fly.
No,
10
you should.
miles into the
That's
sky.
a bad example. I know what you're talking about.
It's really funny, but it should not work that way. It should not work that way. But then, like, I will just be walking, and then like a saber-toothed tiger will spin like a helicopter and fly into space. Like that shouldn't happen. Like that's not. It's
Well, play Skyrim.
An adoring fan has been stalking you
but
for
really
weeks.
like it's really only
He's harmless,
complaints that
but
way.
so
But
annoying.
Sims like
He really needs to die. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like
we're
to
attacking
do?
with the weapon.
Use shout.
Fuss. Your mighty shout slams the
Fuss,
adoring
don't have
fan
no
to the
rock.
dirt.
Not yet.
We gotta go get
Your
that.
theme grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 2. The
Oh,
adoring fan tries to give you a hug. You take 5 damage. What would you like to do?
Kill the guy.
You can attack
Weapon.
with weapon, cast
Weapon
spell,
attack.
use shout, or flee.
you'd be shocked how this
What
audio
would
is
you
coming.
like to do?
It is
Attack
awesome.
with weapon.
Weapon attack.
Could have just
You
done this the
double
whole
cast the
episode.
adoring fan. Your skill
Episode
with Payne
114. We
has
just play
increased to level
Skyrim.
2. The
Skyrim.
adoring fan goes in for a hug, but you dodge aside. What would you
Oh,
like to do?
Cast spell.
Yeah, spell.
Your sparks at the adoring fan. Your magic skill has increased to level 2. You have learned new spells. The adoring fan tries to give you a hug. You take 5 damage. What would you like to do?
Why am I flee?
Weapon attack. Kill him.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell.
Weapon
use
attack.
shout,
Kill him.
Right, that's enough of that. Alexa, stop.
Safe travels, adventurer.
That's
What?
awesome.
How good was that?
That's so funny.
Right, so
I can't believe you had that ready to go.
I didn't. I don't know why. I don't understand how I had it ready to go.
That was awesome.
He prepared
Normally-
this, you know.
Normally, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have to like go into your Alexa app, allow access.
That's so funny.
Shout out to Skyrim.
There you
Yeah.
go. I mean,
Skyrim?
you know,
Skyrim's great.
Skyrim wins now.
That's a podcast.
Yeah.
That is.
My only knock against that game would be some of the systems are pretty bad. I would say the stealth
Especially
system.
now, right?
The stealth system is pretty just fucking bad in that game. You know,
It's
very,
just so easy to cheese everything.
yeah. And it's like
You
the
know?
stealth is like I'll be like fucking a foot away from a guy and he still won't notice me as long as I'm crouched. It's a very basic stealth system. Same with the bow and arrow. And I don't think the bow and arrow is.
That's kind of how I played.
Yeah,
I played with the bow.
Those
I
games-
just zoomed in, slow motion, taking heads. That's
Yeah, combat overall, I would say is very basic. I like the way I play it because I just like
Interesting.
use magic and I go in and out the sword.
oh yeah.
So like I have a lot of fun with it, but you know, I can see if you're messing around with every system in that, it's you know, fine.
It's never their strongest suit, right?
Nah, definitely not. But yeah, obviously I love that game. I platinumed it, so.
Am I about to install Skyrim on the PC?
You might as well.
You can if you want. And I guess with it Skyrim being the pick, let's do the voting.
I think
And
so.
You can't.
I
You
think I'm
cannot
doing
vote. You cannot vote for your own game, of course,
Mhm.
of course. But we'll hold up fingers. I like the finger idea. We'll just go and you'll hold up whatever finger, whatever game you want. So my game was 1, Connor's was 2, Sims your game was 3. So I'll count down, and then you hold it up. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. And with that, The Last of Us, Naughty Dog's The Last of Us makes it in.
Bum, bum, bum. A lot of zombie games in this list, huh?
2.
2? Okay. Sims, did you pick up House of the Dead, by the way?
Yeah.
It's
It
out
just
today,
came
isn't
out.
it? It's out today. Isn't
Yeah.
It? I think I'm just gonna have it for my birthday. It's 20 quid. But
Okay.
it's only House of the Dead 1. I thought it was 1 and 2.
I
I
didn't
don't
know.
know. Are they doing separate releases? Do you know?
I don't know. It's £20. It's on offer, 10% off. The reviews, middling. I was hoping that, by the sounds of it, the aiming on the gyro is not as great as it should be. So
Because in the game you're using a light.
yeah,
gun.
you want to.
It's so
I
much
want to be
different. Yeah.
But I definitely, actually, I'm gonna get it for my birthday. I want to play it with my dad. As weird as it sounds.
Does Switch do it with motion?
Yeah.
You gotta hold the
So
stick.
maybe that might be the best way to do it. Use a Joy-Con and aim.
She was saying
around.
that it's not the greatest though.
Oh, okay.
Is it
That
Tyler
still might be the-
Tyler Linus.
Taylor.
IGN
or something?
IGN. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
That might be the best way to do it, though.
That's what
if
I
you
want
the
to do. I
white
don't
gun
want to aim with
experience.
I don't want to aim with a D-pad. That's just not
Yeah.
fun.
No.
Like, I want to have that. No, I want to aim. Even if I am just doing that, like, I want that.
Yeah.
Then
It's way more like the
They need to give you that gun from the Wii that came with
That you attach
Pro
the
training.
Joy-Con.
Yeah, you put the thing on. Badass.
That is so cool. Oh,
Anyway.
there's so many of those Wii stupid things you attach the
There
Wii
was.
mode into.
Yeah.
So many of
Except
them.
Resident Evil 4 and the Wii was great. Anyways, that'll do it for the Nerd Gods podcast, episode 113. Thank you so much for watching. Last of Us, welcome to our museum. Neil Druckmann, you can come accept your award whenever you want. Welcome on the show.
Call me Neil. Call me
Yeah,
Neil.
I'm sure we'll get a shout out when the TV show wins at the Grammys or whatever. Like, hey, we want to thank Nerd Gods for putting the original game in the museum. Pedro Pascal will congratulate us, and I don't know why you congratulate us, but why not? I want to remind everyone to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us on all audio platforms, guys.
Leave a
Any
comment. Leave a like. Go listen to my little bit of music that I made.
Oh yeah, Daniel put out a fucking album. No lyrics though. I was hoping you'd drop
No
like,
lyrics.
like a cool rap verse
Yo,
in the middle
my
there.
name
something like
is
that.
Dan, and I live in a van.
I am already working on more, and what I've worked on is already past the length of what I've done. So it's probably going to be a full album length. The next thing I do.
Oh, music here. I know we're producers all of a sudden, but okay, cool. We're into that now. Anyways, that'll do it. Bye bye, everybody.
See you in a bit.